Who's ready? Anybody ready yet?
Not yet. Not yet. You're jumping ahead of the gun, man.
I just want to see if anybody's listening.
See, are they paying attention?
You are now listening to Distance Nerding.
Before the show. Before the show.
Before the show. The show before the show. Oh my God. People are getting ready. Birthday party. I love birthday parties.
And once again, James made me realize that I was on my internal mic and not the actual microphone. See?
Yeah. Professional. We're professional over here. Oh, we may have
Susan,
to invite
I know
Rob.
I did, and I feel bad about that.
Hey, we may have to invite Rob for a quick minute.
Oh, yeah. He's down there right now, right?
Yeah.
Send him the link. Send him the link. Beef, guns, and bullets. That sounds about right. Aiden's going to get some one-on-one time with Uncle Phil just because I missed his birthday and I feel like a jerk.
Wow. How rude.
I also had COVID, so I mean...
Oh. How sad.
James decided we were going to talk in the pre-show.
Exciting. Here we go.
I know, right? Well, it's 7 o'clock, so I mean, that means... Ray's like, that means what now?
Distance nerding.
I think I was supposed to take the banner down. What up, everybody?
Hey, oh, look at that. Look at that.
Good morning.
Ladies
This
and
is
gentlemen, you are now watching Distance Nerding. Oh my God, look at the cool stuff.
He's Raider Ray with Han Solo and Chewbacca and the Millennium Falcon.
He's young Phil.
And he's the John Mez 5000. And we're here to nerd together.
We're talking about anything pop culture, movies, food, music, wrestling, Star Wars, Top Gun, whatever you're nerding out on, we want to talk about it.
Now, guys, you got to follow us on all of the social media areas. If you're not already following us on all the social media spot area things like Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, OnlyFans, wherever it exists, we are there.
Wherever, as your
wait a minute,
your voice is cracking.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I gotta change this background because we have another guest in the building here. Ladies and gentlemen, I need everybody to welcome Rob from Capitola Comic Con.
Hey, look at that.
Everybody.
What's up, Rob?
Hey guys, we are live at Biggs in Fullerton for Boonta Eve here for Star Wars Celebration Week. Dominic Pace is inside. We've
Yes.
got the Shoe Sisters, both Leilani and everybody. The Jawas are here. Kevin Thompson is here. Tim Donaldson is here. Eric Walker is here signing autographs. The first female stormtrooper, Sam, is in the house down here.
Yes.
You guys got to get down here and come check out the cool Jawa Tim Donaldson. How do I fucking do this? There we go.
Look at that, and the shirt too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and
Wow.
we got the cool Jawa T-shirt. So we're out here representing Tim Donaldson. But I wanted to jump on live with you guys real quick.
Oh,
I got to talk to Dominic Pace this evening, and Dominic Pace is going to come to 2023 Capitola Comic Con.
Hey, breaking news.
Yeah.
As of
Yes.
15 minutes ago.
So cool. Such a nice guy. Such a nice guy.
Now, you know what's funny is, and this is to throw this out there, but I was talking to Dominic maybe 2-3 weeks ago about coming on the show because we've met him a couple of times, and it's like, oh yeah, hey, you know what? I haven't had Dominic on the show. I need to have him on the show.
You want me to walk in and put him on camera?
No, I'm not going to put him on there because he said he's
I
got a bunch of
mean-
appearances, so that's why he said we were going to talk in a couple of weeks. So
So, also breaking news. I am now officially the representative for Dominic Pace. He does
Whoa,
Nice.
nice.
Another-
Nice. I love
He
it.
has to do
oh
it.
man,
So yeah, so Dominic will be with us, available for bookings all over the world, all over the U.S. Another thing of breaking news I haven't talked to you guys yet about.
Oh my
is, we are teaming up with the 501st Legion in Costa Rica to bring Capitola Comic Con to Costa Rica next year.
dude,
What?
that is awesome, man.
Yeah, so we're bringing a lot of our talent to Costa Rica. We're going to do a 3-day con over there. We're working on some people who have houses on a beach. That way everybody can come down for like a week and hang out. And we're also talking to Princess Cruises about doing a Star Wars cruise.
I love it.
Oh.
That's
Dude.
great.
Take my money.
I'm loving this, man.
Yep. So I just wanted to come out here real quick. I got food on the bar, but I wanted to tell you guys, whoever's watching at home or whatever, if you're watching this later, you guys missed out on Boonta Eve down here.
Yeah.
At Celebration. Make sure you guys, if you are on your way down tomorrow, make sure you get to the convention center early to pick up your Reed Pop health questionnaire wristband. We were in and out in less than 3 minutes today.
Awesome.
Doing our health check and getting the wristband. You have to wear a mask tomorrow at Celebration the whole weekend. They're not saying, hey, don't put it on if you get thrown out if you don't put it on. I'm not going to say that, but there are signs everywhere. You got to wear your mask. Prices are really reasonable down here. If you can't get into the park for Celebration, Disney has put up a trading outpost right in the entrance to downtown Disney off to the left-hand side. So when you guys get in, they put out some new Obi-Wan stuff today from Loungefly, hats, backpacks, shirts. They got all that good stuff in there from Obi-Wan. They got helmets. They got all sorts of stuff. So if you can't get into the park, they do have stuff right there. They're trading outposts when you get into security at downtown Disney.
That's some good info. I'm gonna tell all my LA peeps.
I'll shoot
Yeah.
down the
That's some good
Sunday, I
info
think.
right there.
I think we'll shoot down
Yeah.
the Sunday.
They're real easy. Literally, we were in and out in less than 7 minutes. If you can get into the parking garage and get out in 20 minutes or less, it's free parking or it's $32.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Good to know. Good to know.
Over 20 minutes is $30. But they had it perfectly lined up today. Like your will call was set up. The green flag waving for the healthcare. I mean, they had it dialed in and out in less than 7 minutes.
Nice.
Awesome. Hey, so you're going what all 4 days?
I am here all 4 days. I will be dressed as my TK 3 of the 4 days. So I've been hydrating all day today because I know it's going to be crazy.
Yes.
The weather outside right now is beautiful. Got a light wind coming in. It's about 70. Today, earlier, it was about 82 during the day. But we were able to walk in through the convention center a little bit. They got the temp dialed in for everybody. So it's going to be comfortable. So bring cash.
That's
A lot of
awesome.
it, they're only taking cash from what I've been hearing.
Really?
They do have ATMs spread out all over the hotel and at the convention center as well. So yeah, if you guys are coming down, get here early. There are no campouts allowed. Nobody is allowed to stay out overnight for panels or anything. It's pretty much get here and get in line when you first get here.
Right.
Awesome. Awesome. That is so cool. What are you excited for? Are you excited to troop? Are you excited for the panels? What are you excited for?
I'm excited to meet Kelly Marie Tran.
Yes.
Nice.
Heck yeah.
I have been a big fan of hers, and the same thing with Don B's. They got a little flack for their characters. I thought Rose was a great character in Star Wars. I thought her and Finn were great. I wanted to see more from them in future films, but it really made my heart smile when all of her autographs sold out for Sunday.
Nice.
There's rumors they're going to try and bring her Saturday, but if she has a scheduling conflict. But she sold out Saturday. I'm going to meet Tamara Morrison to get his autograph on a bunch of the Boba Fett helmets that we did at Capitola Comic Con. So the prices are going to go skyrocket. So I might put up I might put 1 or 2 helmets up tonight with all 6 signatures for like $1,500 because my car was broken into last night.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, somebody sold 47 Jar Jar Binks autograph photos and they left me 20 more. So
Oh,
Jeez.
hey,
but,
knowing your luck, maybe they'll just joyride around and bring them right back. No?
well, the good thing about all the stuff that was stolen out of my car last night was everything was JSA'd, and I had all of their COAs in my phone.
Mm-hmm.
So we've already reported them stolen. I talked to all the collectible stores here in Anaheim. We have the police looking for the stuff. So if they try and sell them or log online, they're going to see that they're stolen.
Nice.
Ah.
Good luck. Hoping they come back to you.
Yeah, I know too. But I just wanted to come on real quick with you guys. Thank you for bringing me in real quick.
Hell yeah, man.
If you guys get down here, you've got my phone number. Get a hold of me. I will be on the floor tomorrow. We are inducting somebody into the Central Garrison tomorrow morning at 10. I'm not allowed to say who, but we will be posting pictures. So
Awesome.
follow Central California Garrison 501st. I'll post it as well tomorrow. I don't want to know who it is because I want to be surprised.
Right.
Because if it's an honorary member, it's somebody that has to be in Star Wars. So it's going to be kind of cool.
Yep.
I've heard
but
rumors of who it might be.
We hopefully will have new additions to who's coming to the Comic-Con next year after we talk to some of the actors on the floor. I know I'm reissuing a contract to Giancarlo Esposito tomorrow.
Heck yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah. Also, something we're working on is Aaron, Paul, and Bryan Cranston to come do a Breaking Bad panel for Saturday.
No way.
Oh my goodness. That is
So
crazy.
we've got some things in the works, but I want to say thank you to the guys from Bunta Eve that put on this great event tonight. We got a lot of actors here. A lot of people are in line getting autographs. Samantha, who was the first female stormtrooper, she's here. I'm getting ready to go in and say hi to her and meet with her. But everybody here is great. If you guys are watching this in your hotel, get down here. Misty Rojas, Frog Lady, and Queel is going to be here. She is the celebrity judge for Alderaan Karaoke tonight. So she's going to be here in about a half hour. So yeah, if you guys are here, get here. Come out and hang out with us. We got a lot of swag going out for free for everybody. Yeah, it's a great time. It's a great way to kick off celebration, like how we do our kickoff on Friday nights with comedy and all that. And I can tell you who our comic's going to be if you guys want to know.
You finally nailed it down?
Well,
oh my goodness.
We didn't get Bill Burr.
Oh.
We didn't get John Leguizamo. But we got my good friend Adam Ferrara. He was on Nurse Jackie, Top Gear, Rescue Me. He's on a lot of that. So he is going to be our headliner. We will have 2 to 3 local Santa Cruz comics. And we also might open up our kind of like do a comic idol where you send in a 1-minute tape of you and you'll be able to open up for Adam Ferrara at our opening night kickoff comedy night.
We need to tell Aaron think about this.
That's awesome. That is amazing. Thank you so much for all this info.
Adam and I have been friends for 15, 20 years, and he's been watching me trying to get Bill Burr. And we're also working on something for Saturday that is non-Star Wars, but Star something. 2 actors from there who we might be getting for Saturday. Contracts went out yesterday, so I'm just waiting on hearing back. We can't 100% confirm everybody because of filming schedules for early 2023.
Right.
But we have been getting verbal yeses from a lot of people. We're almost at 35 verbal yeses for people to come.
Holy cow, we need another day.
I tell you, probably in about 2 years, we're probably gonna do Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
I love it.
That would
I
make
love
sense because it's getting
Only
insane,
have
man.
11 of the special $1,000 VIP tickets left out of 15. So make sure if you guys want to get those includes every autograph, includes every photo op, includes 2 nights hotel, ground transportation while you're here in Santa Cruz to the hotel and back. You get comedy night tickets, whatever row you want to sit in. I personally own all 600 seats to the comedy show, so scalpers will not be getting these. So I will only be selling these to the people I know. So
Wonderful.
who come to the show. So we're not going to mix
Beautiful.
with anybody. And the really cool thing, what Adam is going to do is we are doing it to raise money for the Santa Cruz County Fallen Officer Fund for the families
beautiful.
of cops and firefighters who have lost their loved ones in the line of duty. So we are raising money for that too. So it's going to be a great night, Friday night, opening night, and then our Saturday and Sunday. We're at the beach, at the boardwalk up in the Coconut Grove. Distance Nerding will be
So
there,
cool.
set up doing a podcast there during Podcast Row. They're going to be right in where all the autographs are.
Love
Who you never know who might show up and sit down with you guys and get
Right.
online.
I might.
I love it. I love it. So good. All right, go have fun. Go enjoy
Thanks,
Boonta
guys.
Eve.
Make sure you come find me tomorrow. I'll be around. Send me a text where you guys are, but I'll be hanging around. Also, Mark Anthony Austin is going to be at the Boba Fett fan club booth on Sunday. He is not allowed to sign autographs because he is not an invited guest, but he will be there if you want to go up and say hi and get some swag from him or whatever.
Can you
So-
take pictures?
Yes, I think you can take pictures
Okay.
with him. I'll find out from Mark and let you guys know. But please come down and support everybody who supported me, who helped support you guys here at the Distance Nerding Podcast. We're going to give these guys some tickets to give away for our show. But I look forward to seeing you guys down here because I know you're not going to be here. It's the
Yeah.
first thing to hit California in 3 years.
Hey,
So thanks
We
to
can get
COVID.
tickets. It
Pour
happens.
us some blue milk since we can't be there.
Hey, there are a lot of tickets right now going for like $40 for 4-day passes. So if you head over to Central California Garrison 501st, or if you go to the Star Wars Celebration 2022 page, which is the unofficial page, lots of people have 4-day passes for like $40, $45, single days as low as $15 I've seen. So there are
Holy
stuff
cow.
out there. Don't go to Light because you're going to overpay.
yeah. Good.
I'm going to the site
Good
now.
to know. Good to know. Thank
Are
you,
you-
sir. Go have fun. Take lots of photos and video.
Tell Tim and Dominic we said hi.
You got it. We'll let them know right now.
Hell
All
yeah.
right.
All
Well,
right, take care.
Bye.
Oh, wait a minute. Wrong button. Oh, man. That's so awesome.
So cool. Rob's so nice.
Yeah.
Thanks,
no,
Rob.
I love Rob, man.
Now I'm just thinking about Capitola. You know what's nice
his
about that?
show just got like 500 times bigger, man.
It what's nice about that, like the whole week I've been like, I'm not going to Celebration. I'm not going to Celebration. Boo hoo me. I've been to 4 of them, but I'm still sad I don't get to go.
Yeah, I haven't
But-
been to one.
But now I feel better because it's like I got all this info from Rob, so it's great for Capitola.
Oh, that's so awesome, man. That was kind of a quick thing, and it kind of threw me off because we were getting ready to start doing the show, and we got there. But oh my god, dude, that's so awesome! Like all the stuff that's just happening now.
I know
So-
it's great. I'm messaging him right now just to be like, hey, thank you. I really appreciate it.
Man.
Hey, can you get the information on that website he's talking about? I'm trying to look it up right now. If you can.
And he said there was the unofficial Star Wars Celebration website. So
Unofficial. Copy that.
Okay, where were we?
Sidetrack
And
you
we're
back to the
here
show.
to nerd together.
are we? At this point, are we here to nerd together?
We are.
We are here to
Guys,
nerd.
this week on deck, we've got the download.
Godzilla Vision, got Godzilla Vision.
Starting rumors.
Are we getting a new PlayStation console already?
God, already. The breakdown.
Hello there. We're
Hello
going to
there.
be talking some Halo on Paramount Plus.
And then we got Don't Cross the Streams.
Love,
Love,
Death,
Death.
and Rescue,
Rescue
Rangers?
Rangers?
Are you
And
trying to steal my
more.
jokes? You want the dad jokes.
He wants all the dad jokes. Oh, wrong one.
But first,
Let me get a shout out. Now, guys, shout outs to Poddex. In fact, this episode is powered by Poddex. Poddex are unique interview question and episode starting prompts in the palm of your hand. So whether you are a new podcaster or an existing broadcaster looking to grow your audience or get more engagement, you're going to want to check out poddex.com. Now, guys, go to poddex.com and put in the code nerding10 to get 10% off your order. Now, if you guys have never tried Poddex, I don't know what's going on in your life, but it's amazing. Poddex, you don't have to be a podcaster. You don't have to be somebody who does a show or anything like that. If you just want something to be the life of the party, or you want to be able to do an icebreaker, say you work at an organization and you want to do the icebreaker, things like that. This is great for that. So for example, I'm going to go ahead and just open up a random one. I'm going to open up Techie right here, right?
Ooh.
And the first question is, do you like to always have cutting edge technology?
Let's answer that one real quick. Let's answer that.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm an early adopter. I'm always the one that wants to have the cutting edge and the newest technology that's out there.
Right.
I
How about
say
you,
yes
Ray?
for me. Yeah, for me, I do. But also, I like to let someone else get the first model and see what the bugs are and then wait. So I like the cutting edge. I like to wait. I don't want to be. I'm not the guy that's going to be in line for 2 hours getting the first model. Is what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm old school. I like to have what I have because I know it. But like once I switch, I switch for good. Like what I didn't have a Mac or Apple products for the longest time, and then I finally got an iPhone. I'm like, I don't need to look at any other phone ever again. Same thing with my
take my money.
With my MacBook. Once I got my MacBook, I'm like, I don't need to look at a PC ever again. I'm done.
Yeah. Now, Poddex, depending on the deck, they range. They can go anywhere from $10 to $20. But the app, if you get the app, it's actually $40 a year. So it's actually very affordable. And if you order it off the website and everything like that, it is, in fact, 10% off, guys. No, Darren, I have not forgotten W. Haven't gotten there yet.
What's funny about the Poddex is I told Angel about it because she has to do a lot of interaction with the employees because she works from home. So she's dealing with a lot of the new hires and training. So I showed her the Poddex because they have this, they throw out questions here and there to get everyone involved. And
right.
I showed her some of the stuff on Poddex. She's like, this is really cool. I'm going to actually get a
They
hold of this.
literally have one called Icebreakers, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what I showed her. Exactly.
Yeah. So you pop open Icebreakers. What kind of person do you want to be in 5 years? That's actually really good for for opening for corporate meetings and stuff like that.
No,
Absolutely.
I don't like it. Now I'm gonna start questioning my life for the
So,
next half
I don't
hour
want ambition
while we're trying to do news.
I know, right? And then again, Darren's asking a question in the chat. He said, are you going to work on the mascot for your channel with Eric the artist? Darren, so Eric actually is working on that Lucharilla. I've actually seen the sketches of the early model of it. Once it's up there, it's going to be awesome, dude. And I got to work on 2 things if I want to cosplay as that Lucharilla. One, I've got to get super jacked because those things are huge. And 2, I got to get like a whole gorilla costume going. But
And real quick, shout out to Eric Ruiz, who's on the show.
yeah, Eric
Great
Ruiz,
guy.
coolest dude, man. I love that guy. So with that being said, right, we just went over Poddex right here. Now, guys, you may ask, if the stream is powered by W, then what is Young Phil powered by? And I am powered by W.
Ego.
Yeah,
He's
by
powered
my
by
ego.
The Living Planet?
No, by my ego. W is an emerging brand of energy drinks created to help focus, concentration, reaction time with no jitter or crash. W contains no maltodextrins, no sugars, no fillers, no artificial colors, nothing like that. It is pure deliciousness.
Hey.
Now, guys, if you want to find out more about W, go to www.w.gg and get 10% off your first order. Now, I'm excited about this right now, right? And I see you guys trying to get on the side right there. I'm very excited
to get
about
W.
this, right? So W comes in now in 5 different flavors. Dub Sludge, which is a apple and secret sauce. We have Galaxy Grenade, which is a watermelon guava lime.
I think it's pronounced Grenade.
Grenade.
Not it. Grenade.
We have Dragonade, which is a dragon fruit pink lemonade.
That's
now, the newest
Dragonade.
flavors that just came out in the last couple of weeks right here. There's Beach and Peach, which is a mango white peach cooler.
That looks cool.
And then the one that I just got today, super happy about this, Passion Joy Tea.
Oh,
This
so
is
you,
a
That's interesting.
passion fruit iced tea.
so you have 2 new flavors going on?
New flavors that are going on. And
Oh.
the reason I'm excited for this,
Still not
It's because-
sharing.
if you guys are wondering what the flavor is today, what I'm gonna drink today, I'm gonna make a Passion Dragon Arnold Palmer.
So, Phil, would you say that you're bringing brand new flavors to our ears?
I'm bringing all the new flavor to your ears.
I'm bringing new
New
flavor to you.
flavor.
Yeah. Craig Mack.
RIP.
R.I.P.
So Raider Ray, so he's drinking the W. What are you drinking to? What's fueling Raider Ray over there?
I'm
You got a
drinking
beer?
in a Star Wars themed glass, of course.
Happy
And
Star
I'm
Wars Day
drinking-
to you.
Happy Star Wars Day to you. It's a local brewery. It's called Lucky Luke. It's Too Many Bryans. And there's the
Lucky
artwork on the
Luke.
can there.
Too many Bryans.
Too Many Bryans. It says it's an Italian Pilsner, and it's quite tasty.
That's awesome. That's a
Now,
cool
I'm also
can.
gonna fizz it up a little bit. I've got the fizzy water.
Says it up.
Oh
What's
my
the
goodness.
Galaxy one again?
Galaxy Grenade.
So if I take some of that into Disneyland and I drink it on Batu, is it a Galaxy's Edge grenade?
I think
Ooh.
that's exactly what it would be.
That's a photo
Galaxy Grenade is watermelon, guava, lime.
better than their green milk, I assure you.
Have you tried the green milk there?
I had the blue milk and it was cool. The green milk I was not a fan of.
Yeah,
the blue milk is actually really, or at least the one that I make is actually pretty good. James has tried it actually.
I'll be
I
trying
would have
it.
had some.
Can you get high on W? Darren Chibi, you cannot get high on W.
Because you cannot get high off your own supply.
Yeah.
But I can get
I'm not
high
sure
off
what I said
Philippe's
back for
supply.
Darren Watson.
I
Yes,
can
you
get
can.
high off Philippe's supply.
Absolutely, you can.
You know?
That's because you stick something in there that you're not when
Hey.
you're looking.
Philippe.
Yeah.
Say Geek End update.
Oh, that's right. Okay, hold on.
Oh,
Ladies
you're
and
mixing.
gentlemen, it is time for the Geek End Update!
Make sure to check out our next Comic-Con show, Silver Age Comic-Con in Reno, Nevada, June 11th. Make sure you check silveragecomiccon.com for tickets, info, tons of amazing artists and vendors. Luis just messaged me and said he's going to be there. So that's going to be awesome.
Luis Rivera?
Yeah, so he'll be there. He
Nice.
just messaged and said he's on it. He's going to come over. We're going to have some cast from Dragon Ball Z, Charlie Brown, Land Before Time,
This Palmer is delicious.
Batman Dark Knight Returns will be there. Oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. So we'll be running the panels. I think we have 6 panels to
Right.
handle during the show. So make sure you come hang out with us. We'll do celeb panels. And then I think we have a couple distance nerding featured panels where we're going to be maybe podcasting, maybe doing some trivia, maybe
we
doing
might
some
do a live
giveaways.
podcast, guys.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So
Come and be on the podcast with us. You know what I mean? And
Know what I mean?
drop by our booth for some free swag, some stickers, some cards. It'll be amazing. So, Silver Age Comic Con, June 11th, Reno, Nevada, at the Circus Circus. Come on, Circus. It'll be fun.
yeah,
It'll be fun.
I guarantee it will be.
I like it.
Okay, Aaron Watson in the chat, Agent AA said, "Aren't all podcasts live?" Technically yes, but we mean we're going to be doing a podcast at the con, man.
Also, is
Gotcha.
the number 5 alive?
95.
95 is alive.
Freaking delay. I'm
You guys
really
wanna
jealous
talk
I can't be there with
news?
you guys, man.
In Sacramento?
Yeah, no, Reno.
Oh, I mean, you still
I
have
mean-
time.
You're breaking up. What's that?
You still have time. Just tell work you got the poops. Nobody's gonna argue with the poops.
Yeah. Just tell them you have like the worst poops that you've ever had in your life.
I literally kind of got pooped on today, but that's
Was it a
another
bird?
story.
Was it a plane? Was it a bird or a plane?
It was a plane. It was a plane lav. It was mostly please, so I guess that's better.
Oh, you got hit with you.
I got baptized today, boy. While I was training
baptized by
someone, by
plane
the
lav.
way.
Oh,
While I
that's
was
even
training
funnier.
someone. Mhm.
Wait, can you explain what just happened?
I was servicing the laboratory on a plane, and a little bit eked out. It was eager to get out, so splash on me arms.
Oh,
Yeah.
goodness.
Well, and mind you, like I said, I was training a new guy, so that was the best part. And I knew it was gonna happen too. I said, "This is gonna be bad." I told him step back because I know what's gonna happen here. And sure enough,
Are you looking at the people coming off the plane? You're like that dude right there.
oh no! Luckily, they were all gone. The crew was gone. Everyone was gone. No, heck no.
Oh my goodness, that
It's a
would not
glamorous
be good.
life.
All right, who's ready for some news? Because this is enough poop talk.
Okay, guys,
Y'all,
it is time for the download.
yes, it is.
Don't forget, check out the Distance Nerdington post for all the news, all the trailers, all the reactions, all the memes that happened this week. Like, we got a ton of trailers this week. So shout out to Cam. He's been helping me out. Throw some trailers up there. We got the trailer for the Baymax new series that are coming. We got a Miss Marvel featurette. We got, dude, Thor, Love and Thunder. Dude, that looks amazing. I'm so
It
excited.
looked
incredible.
so good, man. Oh, it's so yes.
I'm super excited. Ray, you dropped that Bosch trailer.
Yeah. So it's actually ongoing right now. They're releasing 2 episodes every Friday. So we were, I think, up to episode 7 and 8, and then on Friday the last 2 episodes of the season dropped.
Very cool. Very cool. I think we're going to talk about this a little bit later, but the Chip and Dale teaser came out along with a movie, so that was pretty cool.
And there was a lot of stuff in that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
Ryan
God.
Gosling.
So many Easter eggs.
Mm-hmm.
So many. It's so good. It's so fun. So fun. Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans in The Gray Man. That's coming to Netflix. That just came out. Cam posted the Stranger Things trailer. And then we're literally hours away from Stranger Things coming out.
Man.
This one's a little crazy, but we also have the Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 teaser trailer come out, which isn't coming out until next year. So crazy. But okay, great. I like it. I'm excited.
Still looks cool. I mean, it looks like action-packed, so I mean, as all Tom Cruise movies are.
I'm down. I'm down with it. All right, let's get into some news. Super excited.
Yes, sir. Let's do this.
All right, first story. Time to get your feet wet again. The first joke is always a little hard.
Oh no, I was here to support you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Margot Robbie is set to star in a new Ocean's 11 film. Okay. It'll be directed by... There's like Oceans... There's like 4, right?
Well, okay, so they've already rebooted Ocean's 11. Like this is going to be the 3rd time that they're rebooting the story.
Right, because there was 2 whatchamacallit, like George Clooney movies, right? Then
No,
the
they
original.
did 3 George Clooney movies, and then this will be the 4th time they reboot it. So the George Clooney movies, they had 3 of those movies. They had Ocean's 11, Ocean's 12, and Ocean's 13.
Right. Yep.
And then they did another Ocean's 11 that was an all-female cast.
Mm-hmm.
Which was the 3rd reboot of it, because remember the original was a Frank Sinatra one.
Was exactly. 8? Is that what that one was?
I think it was like Ocean's 8 or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, but it was like another reboot of the series. And then again, they're rebooting it again with Margot Robbie.
I totally lost count. So this is the 6th movie? 3 original, 3 the all-female, the OG.
Might be 7.
No, but then there's also the original Ocean's 11 movies that were with Frank Sinatra and the Rat Pack.
Yeah. I think this is 6. I think it's 6.
A lot of oceans, is what we're saying.
There's
Yeah.
many oceans. That's too many oceans.
Yeah. And then we got Frank Ocean,
Yeah, Billy Ocean.
Billy
that's crazy.
Ocean.
So
All right.
Ocean?
Yeah.
You've got the Indian Ocean, you got the Atlantic.
You got the J. Roach Ocean because he's directing the film, who previously worked with Margot Robbie on
Well done.
Bombshell.
Right.
So, yeah, okay, here we go. The original film was set in the 60s, but we don't know if this is somehow all connected or not. That's true, huh? Like, we don't know if they're all connected.
It's oceans in the multiverse of 11s. Or is it 11 in the multiverse of oceans? I like that one better. 11
Ocean in the
of oceans.
multiverse of hot people, because there's always
Yeah.
somebody hot in it.
Yeah. I mean, George Clooney was in the first one. I mean,
Exactly.
Yeah, and
Exactly.
he is hot, so
So
I
Warner
can say that
Brothers,
comfortably.
very comfortably. Warner Brothers is looking to jump back into the ocean for production in the spring of 2023. Huh? It's the first one. It's the first one, guys. First one. Let's keep moving.
Let's expelliarmus those bad jokes.
See? Gotta get the first one out.
Fantastic beats. As you could have done.
Expelliarmus!
Excuse me, Fantastic Beasts. I said Fantastic Beats. Fantastic Beasts. As you could have
They are
Dumbledore. It landed in theaters earlier this year, and now we have HBO Max release date. Secrets of Dumbledopsis. There it
Dumbledopsis!
Professor Albus Dumbledore, played by Jude Law, knows the powerful dark wizard Gilford Grindelwald, played by Mads Mikkelsen, is moving into seize control of the wizarding world, and he's unable to stop him alone. He entrusts Magizoologist Youth Commander to lead an intrepid team of wizards, witches, and one brave Muggle baker on a dangerous mission where they encounter old and new beasts and clash with Grindelwald's growing legion of followers. But with the stakes so high, how long can Dumbledore remain on the sidelines?
Here's the thing is I want to watch it, but I've just everything I heard about the movie itself and how it did in theaters was just bad.
I enjoyed it. We watched it.
You guys watched it? Okay.
Yeah. Fantastic Beasts. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I like those movies. I mean, I like the Harry Potter ones, but I like how this got just a little bit more mature, but it still had playfulness to it.
Yeah, I like how they stayed in the world but didn't make it about Harry. You know what I mean? Like, so
exactly.
That was the cool thing about it. So you can still be immersed in that.
Yeah, for obvious reasons. You know, Harry's not born yet.
Yeah, for sure. But like,
Harry's
I mean,
parents
it's
aren't even born
dangerous. No kidding. Like, I mean, but I mean, making a movie in the same universe that's run by that title character and still being successful enough to do 3 movies, pretty good.
Right.
So, Fantastic Beasts: The Secret of Dumbledore will Wingardium Leviosa onto HBO Max on May 30th.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Wingardium Leviosa.
WNBC. By the way, Fantastic Beasts is a great name for a mixtape, and I stand by that.
I am the Fantastic Beast.
Okay, next story. I couldn't think of something, so please insert twisted joke here in post-production. Okay, you got that, Phil?
Fail.
Shut up and take my money.
I thought you were a sound engineer. Come on.
Sorry. That was the correct one.
That is the twisted joke.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Very meta. Nev Campbell is the latest cast member to join Peacock's Twisted Metal series.
There's so many actors that they've been putting in this, man.
So there's they announced Anthony Mackie. I guess he's in the title role.
Yeah.
Right. Stephanie Beatrice, who was in Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Encanto, yeah. Thomas Hayden Church, and now Nev Campbell. That's a lot of cast.
It is.
It's a lot of cats.
You know what I have here?
Hello, Sydney.
I have
What
a
have you got?
twist.
He has a twisted upstairs.
The series will center on a motor mouth outsider, John Doe, named Mackie, or Anthony Mackie, who is offered a chance to a chance at a better life, but only if he can successfully deliver a mysterious package across a post-apocalyptic wasteland.
We've all been there.
With the help of a trigger-happy car thief, he'll face savage marauders driving vehicles of destruction and other dangers of the open road, including a deranged clown
Hello, Georgie.
named Sweet Tooth. We talked about this before, but this is a popular game, right?
It was like in the late 90s, early 2000s, because it was a PlayStation game.
Before HDMI cables were a thing, it was super popular.
Oh yeah. And Sweet Tooth easily was my favorite character.
Okay. The clown was your favorite character?
Mm-hmm.
That says a lot about you. Okay. No release date yet, but expect to hear the ice cream truck sometime in 2023.
That's not a thing.
Coming from all sides. Everybody is coming at me. All right.
Okay. Moving on to giant lizard news. Insert lizard joke here.
I wish I had a Godzilla.
No.
Right.
I wish,
No.
I'm glad you don't.
I think you could do it, Phil. I think you could do it.
Just do it. Just do it.
Nope, can't do it.
Sounds like
little-
a water boy.
Little high. Get a little lower. There you go.
The
Little
hurt
too much
Bobby
moose.
Boucher.
He said that sounded like a moose.
WandaVision director Matt Shakeman has been hired by Legendary Television to helm the first 2 episodes of the upcoming series Godzilla and the Titans that is coming to Apple TV Plus. We got
Wait,
here is
did you say Matt Shackman?
Not Shankman?
Peter
Oh,
Venkman?
Peter.
I'm gonna-
no. It's a
I'm gonna
long
shank
way
young
to go
Phil.
right there.
Of course, it's
Yeah,
Matt.
okay, we got a Godzillopsis.
This,
That was his attempt at going Godzilla.
I can't go high enough to do it. The series will follow the thunderous battle between Godzilla and the Titans that leveled San Francisco and the shocking new reality that monsters are real. The untitled series explores one family's journey to uncover its buried secrets and a legacy linking them to the secret organization known as Monarch. Shackman was nominated for an Emmy for his work on WandaVision, currently directing the Hulu limited series Immigrant, and is set to direct the next Star Wars film for Paramount Pictures. No date yet to when Godzilla and the Titans will be leveling Apple TV Plus.
Are you looking for sound effects as he's reading?
Yep.
So rude.
I would have accepted a Rampage reference.
Right? That would have been good. That would have been
Turn on the back
good. So happy you didn't find that earlier. That's good.
The long
Someone's cat
one, too.
just jumped onto the bed.
I definitely got the long one right there.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, you ready for this
Sorry,
one?
I'm not sorry.
What are you doing? What?
Putting the music back on.
Oh, why are you putting the music on you?
I'm putting it back on. It was on before.
Oh, was there like an intermission that we were gonna do? I don't know. Anyway,
Oh, crap. Did I miss my popcorn time?
Yes, you did. You missed popcorn time. Okay, on to smoldering news. Let me see your best smolder. Who can smolder? That's not
burn.
smoldering.
I'm burning.
You look like a velociraptor has to
We
poop.
just read about Godzilla.
There you go. All right. Alan Richman recently confirmed that season 2 of Reacher will follow the events of Lee Child's book Bad Luck and Trouble. Dude, I love Reacher.
I'm with it, man. I mean, it's following the source material, and they're doing a really good job of following the source material. So I mean, I'm very happy. I mean, the fact that they made him, they got Alan Richman, who is a tall dude, because Reacher is a big guy.
He's a monster of a man, is what he is.
You know what I don't get? By the way, if you haven't seen
Oh,
Reacher on Amazon, everybody needs to go watch Reacher. It's a really, really good show. But how come Alan Richman or Richson hasn't been in more things. Like
I think he's just not getting appreciated.
I know he's such like a good-looking dude, good actor. Like he looks like a really really buff Chris Hemsworth.
I was going to say Ray.
I wouldn't say he's
appreciate
buffer than Chris Hemsworth, dude. He's ripped, but I wouldn't say he's more ripped than Chris Hemsworth.
I don't know. I'm just saying, throwing it out there. If he
I've
was-
Darren Chibi's asking in the chat if I've ever studied acting. I've done a little bit of studying acting, but not like formally. So
okay,
Loser.
all right. This is turning into a Philippe interview. All right, Darren
Yeah,
Chibi.
what kind of acting have you done?
Yeah.
mostly lying to my parents.
So we're all in that
Okay, that's
pool.
pretty good. I'll take that one. That was good. Here's a quick reachopsis.
Reachopsis.
When the members of Reacher's old military units start turning up dead, Reacher has just one thing on his mind:
What?
revenge.
Damn right.
Okay. Which sounds interesting. All right, cool. I dig the whole like it's action, it's mystery, it's thriller.
Science.
I dig it's a little bit of that. I dig the whole
Theater.
vibe that Reacher does.
It's 3,000.
Agent AA, it is a thing. He keeps saying it's not a thing. It is a thing.
It is a thing. New
It
episodes
is
of
an
Reacher
opsis.
will likely arrive early 2023 or maybe summer of 2023.
Mhm.
That's it. I'm done.
In Once Upon a Time news, Disney Plus has announced that they are releasing the long-awaited sequel, Disenchanted. The film features returning star Amy Adams and newcomer to the story Maya Rudolph of Saturday Night Live and Bridesmaids fame,
Mhm.
Patrick Dempsey, James Marsden, and Idina Menzel, or if you're John Travolta, she has another name. They're also returning to the sequel with Yvette Nicole Brown, Jayma Mays, and Oscar Nunez of The Office are joining the cast.
Do you guys remember the name that he said because he couldn't pronounce her name?
It was a Dazim, something Dazim.
Like a Z Manhans or something like that.
That's gonna be your new screen name when like
Zine
you're playing
Man Hands.
Destiny 2. The Z Man Hands.
When you send in your 1 minute stand up to Rob, that'll be your that's the name of
There.
your special.
So
Zine Man Hands.
Yeah.
funny story, and I gotta find it, but there was me and James wrote a bit where we came up with like 30 different names of that.
Oh yeah, that's
Nice.
right.
You remember that?
I
Yeah.
think it was Adele Dazim.
It was
I think that's
something
what it
like
was.
that. Yeah, like we wrote a whole bit about it.
That was good. I forgot
Yeah.
about that.
I didn't want to commit to the name in the middle of the sentence because I know it would have just railroaded the whole joke. So I just because I couldn't remember it either.
I didn't realize she was gonna be in this, so that adds some actual cred
Yeah,
to this movie. Did
It
you
does.
guys see the first one, Enchanted?
I did not.
I have not known.
All right. Well,
I
you
heard it
don't
was good.
you don't have daughters, so it's
Yeah, I know.
really funny. It's really funny. It plays on the whole Disney princess tropes type thing.
Because that's the one that's the princess that comes to like real life, right?
Yeah, she like comes to New York City.
She's like
Right.
Pinocchio. She becomes a real girl.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a
But
real girl.
it's fun. It's fun. I
Is-
really liked it. I really liked it.
Is Disenchantment? Is that not the name of the same? Is not the same name on the Netflix animated series? Or is it Disenchanted? what I'm talking about?
I think that's distant.
I don't know.
Yeah,
to
it's
look it up.
something like that.
That's what happens when you ask a question no one has the answer to. Doggone
Yeah,
it.
I know what you're talking about. That's the one that that Matt Groening made.
Yeah,
don't
I
remember
enjoyed it,
what it's called,
actually.
though. It's pretty funny.
I don't know
Disenchantment. Disenchantment.
Yeah,
Disenchantment. Okay. Hey, Phil, can you tell me what kind of options we got?
that's how you know. That's how you know opsis.
Okay, so you guys don't know the song.
I don't.
That's how you know. That's how you know. Opsis.
I'll give it to him.
Yep, you can have it.
You can,
'Cause
you
I'm
can have
not
that
doing
one.
it.
He can have that one all day.
Uh-huh. In the story, we see Adams, Giselle settle down in the suburbs with Robert and Robert's daughter, Morgan. Rudolph plays Malvina Monroe, who oversees the town and causes problems for Giselle and her family. When she wishes their lives were a perfect fairy tale, she inadvertently sends them all back to her animated homeland, the kingdom of Andalasia.
Asian?
Andalasia. The fairy tale continues this Thanksgiving on Disney Plus.
I guess I gotta
Exclamation
watch.
point.
I guess I gotta watch Enchanted and then Disenchanted.
And then Disenchantment.
We'll go with that.
Disenchanted.
Disenchanted.
Disenchantment
Distance nerding.
is on Netflix.
Yeah.
You're a distance nerd ding.
Yeah. How about
Fraser
that? How about whatever
Ding.
Aaron just said right there?
It is Asian American Pacific Islander month.
Ding.
And this
That's
is the
actually on
crap
my
you're
search
throwing up on
history.
screen right now.
Absolutely.
So rude.
Double A, that's on my search history. How dare you?
Nobody say the words because
We're not. So for those of you who are listening to the podcast right now and are wondering what we put on the screen,
no.
you're gonna have to go back and watch the episode.
On to the next story. Did you end the story? We ended the last
Yeah,
story.
you're up, son.
The multiverse keeps multiversing, with Charlie Cox reprising his role as Matt Murdock in Spider-Man: No Way Home, and Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin and Hawkeye. Fans knew it was only a matter of time, and now it's happening. Marvel Studios officially announced there's a new Daredevil series coming to Disney Plus.
Woo!
I'm a really good.
Are you excited for that?
I'm a really good lawyer.
That's great.
Hell
Are you-
yeah, I'm excited for that, man. Come on, man.
Are you catch a brick with your eyes closed, good lawyer?
That's what I'm saying. Is I'm a really good lawyer. Dude, no, I'm super excited. Now here's the thing is I don't know if you guys saw the other news that came out about that, but like, the showrunner from the Netflix series isn't involved in it.
Yeah.
And he's a little bit miffed about it because he's like, I wanted to continue the storyline that I was doing and everything like that. He actually was getting into like the Hidden Hand and a couple of like the other like major comic storylines. And I mean, the show was really good if you followed it. From there, I mean, we know that Kevin Feige Kevin Feige was really big on bringing those characters over as is. I mean, to the point where they have those series under an age wall on Disney Plus, and they put an age wall just so they could put that stuff on Disney Plus.
Heck yeah.
Right.
So I mean,
it's much needed.
Yeah. So like, I think that it makes like, even though they're not going with the same showrunner, I'm hoping that they go like along the same storyline. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I mean, so I know I'm kind of jumping ahead, but it's announced who's been hired to write and executive produce. But couldn't they still tweak it to where he is with the showrunners? Or since it's so early in the,
I mean, I think it would be cool to have him on as an executive producer and actually be on for like consultation, so he can
Right.
be like,
But
hey,
it's not like he was the creator of Daredevil,
No,
to consult. I get that he wants to be a part, but it's also like Feige's like, hey, this is my project. This is our project. So we're just gonna do what we want to do with it,
Well, with that being said, though, like the whole thing is, I'm hoping that Feige stays within that same aesthetic,
yeah,
and runs
Grimy.
the storylines the same way, because that's what made us fall in love with that character. And I get it, like you're bringing Charlie Cox's character back into this world and doing more with it. And I mean, you could do like an entire multiverse, and this is just another universe's version of Daredevil. And I'm 100% okay with that. I want it to be that and inevitably Punisher, because they've already said that they want to bring back Punisher as is too. I want to see them be essentially the same characters they were in the Netflix series, because those are really good interpretations of the characters.
And I want to see them interact with freaking Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I need at some point I need Spider-Man, Daredevil, and
Punisher,
and
absolutely.
Deadpool.
Oh, okay.
All to interact with each other, because in the comics they have such a good dynamic. I want to see that dynamic on screen.
That'd be amazing.
They
The other
could
one I wanna
easily
see is
like
Deadpool and
handle
Hawkeye,
that.
because I was gonna say Deadpool and Hawkeye have a really good dynamic in the comics too, and I want to see that eventually too.
Yeah.
That'd be
Yeah.
cool. That'd be dope.
But he says he wants these characters, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's all within his 616 MCU universe. So he
Right.
could find a way to like, hey, we're getting the same actors, we're getting Daredevil and the same characters, but they're not necessarily the characters from the Netflix version.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying is that's probably what's going to end up happening. It's probably going to be like an entirely different universe when they're going to
Mhm.
chalk up the Netflix series to being a different universe. Even though there's like references in like the first 2 seasons of Daredevil to the MCU. They talk about the
Mhm.
Battle of New York and different things like that. But like yeah, I mean, it can be a completely different series, and I'm okay with that. Just I want it to be the same aesthetic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And I think it'd be cool. I mean, I know it's kind of get ahead of ourselves, but if they kept it in the same universe, if they were kind of the heroes that existed during the blip, you know what I mean? Like they were
Yeah.
still they were
Oh.
running around while everyone was worried about who was gone, and they're still taking care of crime
Yeah.
at the street level like they're
I
supposed
mean,
to.
that would be cool. That would be cool to have the Defenders be the ones that are still around during the blip.
That's actually a really good idea because like there's a 5-year gap where they can tell a bunch of different stories that technically won't affect the MCU with what we
Mhm.
know of the MCU.
Mhm.
That's a nice little like pocket to be in. Like they can tell a bunch of different stories within
Stay in the
that.
pocket.
Within the pocket. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, we
Mhm.
mentioned it before, but Matt Corman and Chris Ord have been hired to executive produce and write the show. They co-created the USA Network series Cover Affairs, which ran for 5 seasons. So,
Okay.
I mean, hey, 5 seasons on USA Network, good for you.
Mhm.
So, no details to share regarding any stories or release date, but no fear. We will share the info when we find out.
You know, everything
I
about
gave you,
that
I
was
gave you
awesome,
a light.
James.
I'll give you a light laugh on that one.
There you go.
Everything about that was awesome, James.
Hey,
So Cam Smith in the chat said he wants to see Daredevil and She-Hulk meet in the court case. I think that's actually going to happen because they have made almost like teases that Charlie Cox was on set for She-Hulk. So I think that you're going to see it's
Almost a
probably not going to be
no-brainer.
him as Daredevil, but you'll probably see Matt Murdock and Jennifer
Jennifer
Walters like in court. They may not even be in court together. They might just even like be in passing, like, oh, Mr. Murdoch, and they'll just look at her and be like, "How you doing, Jennifer?" And just like keep on walking, and it's like, or like make a joke like that. Like it'll be like a Spider-Man kind of thing where he just kind of shows up and goes away.
I hope it's like something. Hey, there's something different about you.
Yeah,
As he
I know,
goes by.
speaking of different, Double A said in the chat, I'm so used to seeing Ray in a hat. It's like an evil twin showed up when Ray doesn't have his hat on. He's like an evil.
Lex Luthor.
That's funny.
I'll take it.
I like it. That was
I'm
good.
the distance nerding twins.
Yes.
Cam is saying the Defenders and Secret Invasion happening during the blip would be interesting. That's right. We don't have that on the news on here, but they did announce that Secret Invasion is taking place during the blip.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
That is true. Hey, Cam, thank you for the info. You are awesome. Ray, you're also awesome.
Everything is awesome.
Everything is cool when you're part of a team,
Mm-hmm.
and that team happens to be Distance Learning.
Yeah.
Indeed. I'm teeing it up. We're teeing it up.
I didn't know if you wanted it or not. Okay.
I was teeing it up for Phil. I thought he'd want this one.
Oh, he
Oh,
just wants to react. He
Are-
loves to
yeah,
react.
yeah, no, I mean, I can read this. I don't mind reading this at
No,
all.
we're gonna have him react. We're gonna have him react.
Okay.
Okay, lots of build up for this. Calling all brickheads. LegoCon is coming back and is ready to celebrate Lego's 90th anniversary.
So excited, man.
We need to go to LegoCon.
Wow,
We
man.
probably
Freak out.
do, man. Here's the only thing that I'm not excited for is that it's just giving me more reasons to spend more goddamn money.
And it's giving you reasons to
Goddamn money.
put more Legos on top of your car and then drive away.
Exactly. That happened once and I fixed it. Okay.
Well, I took off my hat once and see what happened to me.
Yeah. Now you're the next Lex Luthor.
Yeah. All right. The event will have product reveals, live demos with designers, and building challenges. There will also be an extra special anniversary surprise that you will need to tune in and see. By the way, this LegoCon is all online. I said,
Yeah.
let's go to LegoCon, but it's all online. So
It
we
was
can all
last
go to LegoCon.
Yeah, it was last year too. That's when they announced the the mini
The
Star
thing.
Destroyer, the one from Mandalorian, the one that Giancarlo Esposito's character had.
Mm.
Ah, okay. Got it.
And then I think they announced I know they announced another major ship. Oh no, they announced the Boba Fett's
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett, where?
They announced the Boba Fett ship that is no longer the slave one.
The fire spray?
The fire. Well, it's not called the fire spray though. Like it is the fire spray, but the kit is called Boba Fett ship.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of, there's a new Lego theme that will be announced, as well as new content for Lego bricks, or I'm sorry, Lego brick heads, Lego Friends, Lego Marvel, Lego Minecraft, Lego minifigures, Lego Ninjago, Lego Star Wars, and Lego Super Mario.
There go my ego.
Mario. It did Phil
okay.
die? I have to go back and look. Did he? What happened?
Uh-oh. He
Did he
gone.
pass out? He passed out. Oh my goodness.
Tacos on the table.
At least
dumbass.
At least we don't have to hear the soundboard anymore if he passed out.
Do you
Tacos
guys
on the
not see
table.
the kit that I'm holding up right now?
No, you're frozen. All we see is you passed out on the ground.
Oh, are you serious?
No, I'm kidding. Sorry.
Got him. That's pretty dope.
What do you got there? Why don't you explain it to the people?
So
that
guys,
are not
we got
in
this over the
viewing land?
weekend. So this is the question block, and it's from Mario 64. It opens up into all the worlds, and then it hides Bowser in the bottom. It's so dope.
It's a bottomless
Oh.
Bowser.
This is a future build. We're just throwing that out there.
James, tacos on the table. After LegoCon 2022, will Philippe be filing for bankruptcy?
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
He's gonna be down to like one microphone. You know, no desk, just
Using a Wii camera.
yeah. His only sound
no.
effects is him hitting like a dubby can on the ground.
Oh god. You know what I think they're gonna end up announcing, because they've been talking about it for a while. They want to start getting into more gaming kits, like more kits based on video games.
That Super Mario one was really cool.
Yeah, well, you remember when I built the Nintendo one, right? That had the TV screen.
Mhm.
So I got that Mario 64 one. There's also
Wait, was that like your first build?
it wasn't the first build that I did, but it's one of the earlier ones.
Yeah.
It wasn't his first.
Yeah.
And it wasn't
Is
his last.
that build when I did the Nintendo with the TV, that was one of the earlier builds that I did, but that was the one that kind of like evolved this show. So it's like
What is the
Darren,
next
now we're
build?
doing the so Darren's asking me what the next build is. Right now I'm doing the Batmobile from the 2022 movie, so the latest movie. The next build after that is Thor's hammer.
Yeah.
You mean Mjolnir?
Meow meow.
Meow
Meow
meow.
meow.
Yeah,
Meow
man.
Meow meow. Very cool.
meow. Meow.
Some of the events that you can look forward to seeing will be a Harry Potter one, a magical building tour of Warner Brothers Studios London, the making of Harry Potter, with a special guest from the film. Mm-hmm.
That would be cool.
Special guest Agnes Larson from Mojang Studios on a collaborative build with a Lego builder and Minecraft creator. So we're gonna have a Minecraft panel. We're also getting a Pixar panel with a creative masterclass from inside Pixar Animation Studios with Lightyear director Angus MacLean.
Nice.
Angus MacLean.
Mojang.
And a special live Lego Masters build challenge with special guest hosts and contestants.
Nice.
Okay, all right.
How
Sounds
is
fun.
with all the reality shows that we have on TV? How is there not one that has people competing to build Legos?
Are you kidding me? There is.
Is there really?
It's called Lego Masters.
Yeah,
Ah, well, there you go. That explains it.
they're like on their third season or something like that.
Yeah.
I just got cable again.
And
I'm gonna go sit
it's
in my
hosted
Shane
by
corner.
God, what's his name? Lego Batman, man. What's his name?
I think it's on Fox.
It is on Fox.
Mm.
It's on Hulu right now too. If you want to go back and watch
Oh,
it.
Okay,
okay.
yeah, I'll
For
check
the
it out. Yeah,
seasons.
I really didn't know that existed. I wasn't being a
Will
smartass.
Arnett, by the way. It's Will Arnett.
Will Arnett. That's who I'm thinking of. It's on Hulu if you want to go back and watch the last 2 seasons.
I'll definitely check it out.
It's actually pretty fun. It's
Yeah.
pretty fun.
It's funny, dude. Like Will Arnett's actually really funny.
I compare it to like a cooking show,
It is.
because it's like you get challenges and everything has a theme and you gotta, make sure it stands the test. Like some of them are like it has to have a motor in it and has to roll, or it has to like be able to hoist something up, or it has to have a moving part.
I forgot
sort of
who
thing.
I was talking to that said that they can't watch that show because, like at the end of those builds, they usually destroy them. And somebody
I
said
see
they
the
can't
anxiety
watch
with
that
that.
show. Well, I mean, like it's very like they build them to get destroyed. So a lot of times, like they'll put stuff inside of it when they build them and stuff like that, so that when they blow them up, that they like explode a certain way. Like it's kind of cool.
Like your Mandalorian ship.
Yeah, we got to blow that up still.
we still have to blow
Ooh.
that up.
4th of July is coming up.
Blow up my Razor Crest.
We're gonna blow up your Razor Crest.
We're bringing that joke back, huh?
Well, it's not
Just-
a joke.
I thought I got away with that one. I thought I
It's
got like,
content. It's content.
right here. My answer to that.
I'll put it on my car. That's my answer.
Your
to
nose
it.
hairs? What are you doing? Get away from the camera.
That's my answer
Oh.
to that.
Oh, that's rude.
It's also in my search history.
All right, watch the event. Oh, by the way, we're still talking about LegoCon. 9
Everything is awesome.
a.m. Pacific time at the official site or the YouTube channel for Lego.
Yeah, I watched part of it on Lego's website. 'cause it
Distance
was-
Nerdington Post, because the trailer is in the Distance Nerdington Post.
There you go.
Yes, that's
I might
what it
actually put the put the live stream in the Nerdington Post.
Oh, that'd be
is.
cool.
You might
Yeah, because all I have to do is just link the link. So
Yeah,
link the link.
Link the link.
the link.
Wheeze the juice.
Da-na-na-na.
Wait, you could have put it in the Distance Nerdington Post
We're not
this
gonna
whole
talk.
time.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk about that. It's just
You
Could have
brought it
wheezed
up.
the juice from the
Moving
beginning.
You just brought it up. That was my last news story.
all right. Well, you got
No,
any
I will
rumors?
say,
go.
that was our last news story, because Ray does a fine job of supporting first guest to be like, hey, I'll do some news too. I really appreciate that.
Is that not normally a thing?
No, it's
No, you're
not.
the only one that actually like helps read the news. Everybody else is just kind of like, no, I'm not gonna do that.
Everybody
I'm-
else, including Double A in the chat, just strolls in here like, I'm here to
Not
be
me.
funny,
Not me.
entertain
I'm
me.
here to be comedy. I'm a comedian.
We're
I'm
saying
a funny
appropriate things for
guy.
the chat.
I'm funny.
Oh, that's
All
good.
right.
That's good. All right.
So-
Rumor.
We got a rumor.
Don't know.
I don't even think I'm gonna play the song. That was pretty good. You want to do it again?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know where to get in their nose, but I'm not mad if tonight it comes true.
Ooh, let's start some rumors. I want to start some rumors with you.
With me?
With you. I want to start some rumors with you. All right.
Neither Xbox nor PlayStation have confirmed this, but they haven't also debunked it. But according to a new leak, a revision of the Xbox Series X and a PS5 Pro are in the works for
Dude.
late 2023 and 2024. Do
With
we
what
need
kind of
another
graphics?
console? 8K graphics. That's a lot of Ks.
Sheesh.
Well, here's the thing. Xbox Series X is already 8K capable. So I mean, I don't think that they were like for Xbox. I don't think they're gonna be coming out with an upgrade like that.
I didn't know
PS5
8K was a thing.
Yeah, it's been around for a while, dude. Like at least the last 2 years, they've already had 8K TVs out there.
Yeah, since when they had the 6Ks.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, James. What the heck?
There's no 6K.
Yeah, it's 2 years ago. So that's 6K.
Oh God. But the PS5 Pro has been it's been a rumor since
they dropped probably.
The PS5 dropped, yeah.
Yeah.
Like when the PS5 dropped, they were already talking about rumors about the PS5 Pro. Mostly talking about oh, here are the problems that we found. And PlayStation tends to come out with a upgraded generation of their console, usually within 2 years.
Now, see, my tacos would be on the table saying, yes, I agree with that, but they can barely provide enough units for people that want to buy a PS5 now. So I can see why there'd be some anger if they're going to not allow you to buy this one, and then they're going to come out with an upgraded one that you're still not going to be able to buy.
Now, here's the thing about that is if you want to get into technicalities, right? And I'll tell you guys the technicality on this, but
okay, tell me, Big Worm.
If you want to get into technicalities, the PS5 is the #1 selling console on the market.
Yeah, and they can't sell as many as they'd like.
No,
that tells you something.
Here's the thing: the only reason it's the #1 selling console on the market because nobody has them, right? It's because scalpers buy all of them.
I got one,
right? And then they put it on eBay and everything like that.
StockX and all that.
Yeah, StockX and everything like that, and they sell them for twice the markup, right? So the thing is that nobody has PS5s because these scalpers are buying them all, but because the scalpers are buying them all, Sony's still getting their numbers.
So it always looks like places are selling out.
Right.
Well, PlayStation's
always sold out. It's in such demand, and everybody's buying them, but nobody has them because you go and look online and go to eBay, you go to StockX, and you have these scalpers that have hundreds of these things online to sell, but they're not selling because nobody wants to buy them for twice the markup.
Sounds like Disney merch.
Yeah, I know, right? Whereas 64K 3D.
Aaron Watson, Double A said, "I'm gonna hold out for the Xbox 64K 3D Space X mainframe refresh 9000." It's pretty good.
And Chris Neo saying he has a PS5. Like, I eventually I want to get a PS5 digital, just because I don't need
what's digital.
It doesn't have yeah, right. It doesn't have
the other one has
CD.
a record player.
It doesn't have a CD tray, so like for games, like it's an all digital console, so you don't have to actually go and buy physical media for it.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's the same thing with the Xbox Series S. The Xbox Series S doesn't have the physical media, like it doesn't have a disc tray on it, but it also has like a slower processor, not as much RAM, all that kind of stuff. Like I have the Xbox Series X.
Gotcha. It's so interesting, things like that. Like it doesn't have a media tray, whatever. That doesn't sound like a big deal, but like when Apple first said, "Hey, we're taking the DVD drive out of the MacBook," everybody was like, "What the hell? You guys are crazy."
Dude, me and Chris Neal can tell you because we both remember we were working for Apple when they first did that. And they people freaked out.
Yeah.
Man, when like, I still need my CD tray. I still need my disk drive, and like same thing, like when people would come in with old computers that they were going to be too expensive to fix. And we would tell them like, oh yeah, well, honestly, it's going to cost more to fix it than to just buy a new one. We'd give them options and say, hey, it might be better to buy a new one. Well, it doesn't. The new ones don't have CD trays, and I need a DVD player. I need this. Like, in all reality, how often do you actually use physical media? How often do you actually watch DVDs on your computer, at least, things like that? And a lot of people would like think about it and go, you're right. Actually, I don't use it anymore. Right. Like you think about like software, like, like software doesn't come in physical media anymore. Like you go in the store and buy software and you open the box and it's just a license.
Well, I mean, people freaked out when they lost their headphone jack, and they the Apple devices. So it's one of those things when something changes that everyone freaks out for a hot minute.
Yeah, and then you get used to it because like some people don't want to get used to it, but they get used to it because you know, like you realize you don't need any of that stuff. Like you don't need a physical connection for your headphones. You know, everything is Bluetooth now.
And see, I bought the disc version of my PS5 because I didn't have a 4K player, so I figured. So when back in the day when I bought my PS2, I bought it for gaming, but it was the first Blu-ray player. So when I did the pricing for a Blu-ray player on the PS2, the price was so close that I figured, well, I can play video games here and there. So that was my same thing with the PS5. I figured, okay, well, I have a 4K player, and now I can play, here and there. So I don't game a lot, but we use that because we do still buy the 4K videos, and we don't always stream our stuff. So
yeah,
that's the reason why I wanted one.
Yeah, for me, again, I future proof, right? So my whole thing is like, okay, I may not have 4K now, but in the future I will. And I'd rather have something that already supports everything than get something later on. It's like, oh, now I have to go pay more to go upgrade it, right?
Right.
You know, same thing with like computers. Like I'm looking into getting a new computer right now. And it's like, the computer that I want to get, I'm basically getting something that's super overkill because 5 years from now, it's going to be right. But like 5 years from now, it's going to be like, just a average computer. Right. Whereas right now it's overkill, but it's like, I'd rather have something that's going to last me longer.
And technology does that so quickly. It'll make your head spin.
Greg, I know what an 8-track is. Come on. Darren Chibi said, I sound like I work for Geek Squad. Fun fact, I worked for Geek Squad for 5 years. And
he was a geek for life. Let's go.
Yeah, right. I worked for Geek Squad before I joined the Army. So I mean, like I was a Geek Squad agent. Yeah. I worked for Geek Squad, and then I worked for Apple for 3 years after I got out of the Army. So
gotcha. Very nice. Very nice. I know 8-tracks. Craig is asking. He's like, "Hey, James, you and I are the only ones that know 8-tracks." Yeah, I know 8-tracks.
I had an 8-track player.
Yeah, I know.
I had an old Chevelle that had an 8-track player in it. Or not a Chevelle, a Chevette. Excuse me.
Nice. Greg said he had a news story for us.
Greg did.
Yeah. Where? So Greg, while we do our tacos on the table here, go ahead and type out that or tell us what that news story is in the chat.
Just jump in. Just jump in.
Or we can do that too. Greg, do you want to hop in?
Type in your tacos.
Yeah. While we rate this taco thing, tacos on the table. Are we gonna get a new PS5 Pro?
Again, it works with the trend.
But it feels like it just came out.
It does, but like I said, it goes with the trend that PlayStation always does. But like PlayStation will release a console, and then within 2 years they come out with an upgraded version of that console, because a lot of times when they release their consoles, they don't release it with every feature. And part of that is planned because they're like, okay, we have these new features that are coming out. If we stagger those features, if we release a console with those features, the features that people want later, then more people are going to buy it, when that comes down the line.
Gotcha.
Now, I don't know if that's going to backfire on them now because of the way that their sales are. Like they can't stop scalpers.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I don't know if it's going to be the same thing this time around, because I feel like it'll backfire on them because people are going to be pissed that it's like, oh, so you're going to release another console when you can't even get us the one that's out right now.
That's the only reason why my tacos are not on the table, but regarding the PS5, for that exact reason.
But Sony's greedy enough to do it. That's why I'm saying, like, I don't see them not doing it just because scalpers mess up the market.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like PlayStation right now, I don't see Microsoft doing it, mainly because they do put out something that's super overkill ahead of time. Right? Like the biggest thing that people talk about in the difference between PlayStation and Xbox is the Xbox is way more powerful. Right?
More power.
Okay. It's got faster processor. It's got a better graphics card. It's got more onboard memory. Like it's got a lot more than the PlayStation offers. But what PlayStation has, like where they have the one up, is they do have better console exclusives. Right? Like a lot of their game exclusives are way better. Right.
There was a time where I had both. I had the 360. I'm dating myself, but I had the 360. I think was it the PS3 at the same time, or the two? But I mean, I had them both for that same reason, because they had because I liked the 360 and I liked a lot of the games that they had exclusive, but
Yeah.
none of them ever included Halo. But so it was nice when I actually gamed to be able to play both of them and switch back and forth.
Yeah. You know, Xbox, I mean, they're growing in that in that category now, right? You know, because they're getting all kinds of, like, you know, they own Bethesda now, which
Yeah,
is
they're
like
buying
bigger ones, you
gaming
know?
studios. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
they just bought Activision and Blizzard, man. I mean, like, that's another big deal, right? Like Call of Duty and now, and this was a console exclusive before it even got announced, because they already said that was going to happen. But World of Warcraft is coming out for Xbox. It's going to be the first time it's going to be on a console. You know, so like stuff like that. Like, they've been doing that kind of stuff to kind of like bolster their console exclusive stuff. Sony, you know, like, the only reason I want a PlayStation is because Spider-Man, right? That's a big deal to me, right? Horizon Forbidden West is another big deal for me. The God of War series. I haven't played the 2 latest God of War games, and I want to play those, right?
They're fun. Yeah,
You know,
Deathloop was fun.
yeah, I heard Deathloop was good. And then I want to replay, because they just remastered it. I want to replay all of the Uncharted games.
Okay. God,
You
those
know?
are so
Like, I
entertaining.
want to do all. Yeah, I mean, the Uncharted games are so good.
I bought a PS3 back in the day,
Mhm.
which was a Wednesday, and I
Oh.
never went game for it.
That joke
I
was so
only
bad,
used
it's
it for
freezing.
like a meet. Me? I'm freezing or you're freezing?
You're freezing. Not like freezing, but you're like your audio skipping.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I was gonna say I bought a PS3 back in the day, and I
Uh-huh.
never played it. I never bought a game for it. I just used it to like watch Netflix.
Yeah, I get that for sure. For
Yeah.
the Blu-ray player.
Yeah. That's what a lot of people did, you know. I think like my next thing is, as much as I want a PlayStation, the next buy, if I do end up buying something, is going to be a Switch. So I mean,
Where do
Very
you come
cool.
out on the Steam Deck console thing that they got?
dude, the Steam Deck is dope, man. Like, for a handheld, that thing shits all over all the different like handheld consoles that are out there. Just like graphic wise, the games that they have on there. They've been doing a lot of partnerships with Microsoft to get a lot of like Microsoft games on there too. I think the Steam Deck is like, they're getting ahead of the future, because they know that the handheld stuff is going to be big, as big as it is. I've heard a lot of good things. The only bad thing I've heard about it is it gets hot, but that's
I mean,
because,
don't we all?
yeah, I know, right? But it's because it has, you know, like a hardcore like internal gaming
Right?
processing
Yeah.
on. So
I
I mean,
saw.
like,
I mean,
you know, if
specs
they
on
can
there are
figure out
crazy.
how to miniaturize, liquid cooling, then I think that they'll you know, run the market on that.
Yeah. I mean, you could just play it in the swimming pool.
Yeah, I know, right? That'll work.
Keeps
It's like
everything
throwing
cool.
It'll be
like-
fine.
It's not like throwing a toaster in a bathtub. You know,
Don't try that at home, please. Anyone who's got a Steam Deck.
Just put it in like your freezer and just wire it. You
there
know,
you
just,
go.
just Wi-Fi it. Wi-Fi it. There you go.
All right. Well, before we you know, we get too caught up on this, we've got a whole show to review right now.
Exactly. So we're gonna talk some Halo. Hello there.
Guys.
Hello there.
Before we do anything, let me just throw this on the screen. Spoiler alert. We got some spoilers that are going to be coming right here now. It's spoilers for a series that ended 2 weeks ago, but I mean, still, I do know that James just started watching it. Ray is not fully through it.
Correct. Halo there.
So in reality on this, I think what I'm more expecting on this is more just given what you guys have seen so far.
Mhm.
What
Let's
do you,
set the stage. So,
Okay.
Halo is based on a video game, right? For Xbox.
for Xbox, yes, it is a Microsoft exclusive game.
Gotcha. So it's an epic 26th century conflict between humans and an alien threat known as Covenant. Halo will weave deeply drawn personal stories with action, adventure, and a richly imagined vision of the future. I've only gotten through the first episode. I just started it, and honestly, I'm pretty stoked about it. Like, there was a lot of action. Like, I don't know anything about Halo besides like It's got a guy in a helmet and a gun, and he's the chief. That's all I know.
Yeah.
But
Fighty.
as far as like the story goes, like you just kind of dove right into it, and I kind of like that where they don't tell you everything right away, and you're
Right.
learning about the story and about characters and about the Master Chief as it goes by, and you're learning about the Covenant as well. I'm kind of into it. I kind of dig it. It was fun.
Yeah.
Lots of action.
Perspective, since you only seen episode 1, I had Angel sit down and watch episode with me, and she was on the fence until the end of the episode. She said, "Okay, yeah, I'll watch that." And then we watched episode 2. She said, "Okay, I'm out. You're on your own." So, and I think I mean I know that's probably simplifying it, but for me, it's entertaining enough to keep watching, but it's also a little slow.
Yeah.
And I'm spoiled for a lot of the stuff that we see, like the the MCU TV shows and all that stuff, or the streaming shows. But I think that's where I come out on that, and I forget that the bar is usually set low for video game based content, other than I guess like Uncharted, because I really like that. But
I haven't watched that movie yet.
Really? Oh, dude, yeah, it's good. So I'm gonna finish watching the season, but it's not. Obviously, I haven't finished watching yet, so it hasn't been must watch. Like I have to watch this.
Yeah.
Right when it comes out.
What episode are you on right now?
I believe I am on 5.
Okay, so you're about halfway through.
Yeah. So and like I said, it's entertaining enough to keep watching. It's not that I'm completely crapping on it. It's just that I think I'm so spoiled that it's the pacing on it. I'm like,
I feel it. Just real quick, I'm going to address this. Cam's asking, are we talking Strange tonight or next week? We're going to be talking Doctor Strange next week, if anything. We want to give everybody kind of a little bit of extra time.
If ever.
Yeah, I know, right? But we will be talking Doctor Strange more than likely next week, is if we feel like everybody's ready for it.
What is the streaming date? It was announced, was it not?
For Doctor Strange?
Yeah,
on Disney
I think
Plus?
it's the 30th of June.
Okay, so it's next month.
So it'll come in before it actually streams on Disney Plus.
Yeah. So my take on Halo, given that I've watched the entire series, the overall storyline is good. Actually, you know what I'm going to start this with is my rating.
All right, mix it up.
This is I give this a 6.5 energy swords out of 10 unnecessary helmet takeoffs.
Show you an energy sword.
And here's my big thing about this, right? I did not, nor felt like I needed, and just it was super gratuitous. I did not need Master Chief's helmet taken off. More so, him without his armor the entire show.
I feel that, yeah.
Are you more upset when he takes off the armor or Mando takes off his armor?
I'm more upset about him taking off the armor, about Master Chief taking off the armor. And here's my thing. Like, okay, so when Din Djarin takes his helmet off, right? It's a major thing, right?
Yeah, there's exposition to it. There's something that leads up to it.
It's something that leads up to it. You have, there's a lot of stakes to Din Djarin taking his helmet off. It happens twice. No, 3 times the entire show. Twice. No, it's twice. No, shit, 3 times. 3 times, sorry. Season finale, season 1. Right? The episode with what's his name? Comedian. Bill Burr. And then the season finale is season 2. Right? Now, the 3 times that Din Djarin takes his helmet off, there are reasons for it and there are stakes for it. Right? In Halo, he just continuously takes his armor off. Right? Takes his helmet off all the time. I did not need to see Master Chief's face.
I think they wanted to show off the actor.
That's really what it was.
Yeah.
But the thing is that, they were talking about, we wanted to humanize Master Chief, right? They also did this whole arc where you gave him emotions that he did not need, right? It almost felt like they just did not care that much about the character because they wanted to move their storyline along, right? Neither of you guys have gotten there yet, but I mean, you probably have seen all the all the outrage online, but he loses his virginity.
See, it ain't
Whoa!
so, Master
Spoiler
Chief.
alert!
But the thing is again, I mean, there's a big spoiler sign on the bottom of the screen right there. So I mean,
Oh,
uh,
yeah, you're right.
Master Chief, a baby daddy.
I mean, yeah, like, but it was to a character that just it was a throwaway, you know, like it was just kind of like it was unnecessary, right? Like there were these things that they did a lot of things that were just like we want to do a little something that's edgy, something that's shocking, and a lot of the stuff they did just was unnecessary. It was all stuff that you didn't really need, you know. They there were a lot of things that they also missed the mark on when it came to the Covenant, right? Like, you know, the fight scenes with the Covenant throughout the entire show, every time he's fighting the Covenant, it's great, right? But it's like you take away the mysticism, you take away the stoicness, you take away a lot of the things that make that character compelling. You know what I mean? And it kind of bothered me with just kind of like the other thing that really bothered me about it was when they like after the first two episodes, they announced we didn't watch or we didn't play the games, we didn't watch anything with the games at all or
Oof.
anything like that. They're like, you know, we wanted to create our own story, and it's like that's fine if you're doing it with other characters in that universe, but you're trying to rewrite the story for a character that people already love,
Mhm.
you know. And it's like, you know, it's supposed to be the this is what happens before the events of the first game, and it's like why do I need to see John's face in every episode?
Gotcha.
You know, where I feel like, you know, like there's you have people who respect the character and want to continue the legacy of that character, and then people who just want to be like, I want to do my own thing with this character, right? The example of someone um who loved the character enough that the character that he played enough that he was like, I am not going to break the integrity of this character, was Carl Urban in Dread,
Mm.
right? Because
That's so
Carl
cool.
Urban, they said the same thing. They're like, oh, you're going to play Judge Dredd. We want you to take your helmet off because you're Carl
Your
Urban.
Carl
And
Urban, yeah.
yeah, you're a big star. Carl Urban read the comic books before he even was in the movie, and he said Dredd through every comic book ever has never taken his helmet off. So
Interesting.
I do not want to take the helmet off because that messes with the integrity of the character.
You know, but part of it is like you have to convey emotion through, you know, in whatever show you're doing, convey emotion, convey energy. I'll be honest, like watching that first episode and during the battle scenes, the action was really cool,
Mhm.
but like he had the helmet on the whole time. You just see him look around. There wasn't a lot of emotion, like in his body didn't really show a lot of emotion in what he needs to do. I get it that he's kind of emotionless at during the first episode, but still, it doesn't make for a good show to
But the thing
not
is
convey that
that
emotion.
we've had 5 games where he is that's exactly what he is, and he's still a compelling character, right?
Real quick,
A
speaking
lot
of
of it.
games,
Mhm.
tell me about what you saw as far as like kind of a replication of the gameplay, like from his point of view or from
Yeah.
the Spartans' point of view. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I
Imagine the
mean, they
first
did do a lot of
person
first
stuff.
person stuff in there, and
Yeah.
that was kind of cool. You know, like I said, the action was always good. You know, like every time there was a scene where there was action, the action was always good. My issue is again, you have 5 games, right? That have that every most people who watch the show played, right?
Mhm.
5 games where you got a lot of emotion, you got a lot of story, good story out of a character who had a monotone voice and wore a helmet. And a lot of it is because of his interaction with Cortana, right? A lot of it is the decisions that he makes, right? Like, yeah, he might be a monotone monolith of a character, but he chooses to, in a lot of cases, he'll choose to sacrifice himself in order to save even just one person.
Mhm.
You know, like those are the kind. It's his actions that make him a compelling character. You know, like there are a lot of things about Master Chief that are just like, you know, it's the choices that he makes, and you can do that in a show like this. You know, like in the first episode, they can, you know, do the whole you know who they nailed was Halsey. It was Dr. Halsey. And then, you know, you'll get into it and you'll see how Cortana's made, right? And they,
Did you like the other characters?
some of the characters I did. And some of the twists I was okay with too.
Okay.
You know, so like, you know, they did a twist with I'm forgetting her name, but she's the future admiral, and her dad I think is actually Captain Keyes, right? And she the daughter, she becomes Admiral Keyes, but um they did a race spin with them, and it was actually good. You know,
Cool.
they also changed a little bit of the character. You know who I didn't like, who you guys have probably both seen already, was McKee, and that's the female human that's with the Covenant.
Okay, yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, McKee was useless.
Is she in episode 1, James?
Yeah.
I don't think.
Yeah, I think she's like at the
Towards
end.
the end.
First episode.
Yeah. Okay.
There at that point there was like a lot of like other language talking, and I was just like, when did this turn into a foreign film? You know,
Yeah.
I'm just like,
That's the
what's
other thing
happening
is
here?
I kind of both liked and didn't like that they did so much with the
Covenant?
the Sangheili, the language that they speak, Sangheili.
Okay.
It's kind of cool that, you know, you see a lot of like, you know, them speaking in Sangheili, but the thing is in the games, like you only see maybe 2 or 3 characters that speak Sangheili. Like everybody, for the most part, they always speak English, right? Especially
Mhm.
like the grunts are super funny because they say the dumbest shit in English.
Ah,
You
got it.
know?
Got it.
You know, actually, you know, if you didn't know this, but this sound that I use all the time, that's from Halo.
Really?
Really?
Those kids saying yay right there. In the in actually all the games, there's a mode where you can go into, it's called celebration mode. And when you headshot grunts, their heads explode and confetti comes out.
It's a celebration.
Yeah, so every time you shoot a grunt, that it makes that sound and confetti comes out of their heads.
Oh, that's fun. That's
And see, I watched this show from the perspective of probably playing 5 to 10 minutes of Halo ever, all the games combined. So I had no, background on how the games went and the characters and all other stuff. So I'm judging it just based on a show, knowing that it's based on a video game. Yeah, just based on the show itself.
Well, like I said, like the storyline is decent, but I feel like there's even just watching it as a show and trying to take myself out of, I've played 5 of these games, one of them which I streamed. You know, I streamed all of Halo Infinite. You know, just playing these games, the whole thing again, my issue is like you have this gratuitous Master Chief taking his armor off when like that's one of his, like that's one of the things in the games that is almost like a character point, is that
Sacred.
you don't see his face and that you never see him take his armor off, but you see other Spartans take their helmets off. You know, like that's one of the things about Master Chief is partially the mystery of the character. You know, and it's like you just ruined everything about that character that people almost were gravitating towards, right? Like I felt like, again, you can tell that story without sacrificing Master Chief. And they already greenlit season 2, and there's a lot of people that are pissed about this show.
So real quick, you gave it what, a 6.5?
6.5. Because again, overall, the story was good. I enjoyed the story for the most part, right? Again, there were issues with the story. Like again, I felt like McKee was useless. I felt like, you know, that you'll see when you get to the season finale why I feel she was useless.
Got it.
Right.
Was there any like game Easter eggs that you saw on the show and you're like, that was nice? That was a nice little touch for the gamer fans.
Yeah, I mean, there was that stuff was all over the place in this game, right? I mean, like you see a lot of stuff from the games that are like, oh yeah, you see a lot of the profits, which like they weren't revealed until the end of the first game, right? But it's like you see a lot of the profits. You see, you don't really see grunts until the end, which I thought was kind of weird, right? Like you see, you see the sniper characters, and you see a lot of elites. What I thought was a weird choice was they brought in the brutes in the first season, and the brutes don't show up until like the third game, right? And where I think that was weird was because the brutes became a part of the covenant later on, and they were meant to be kind of like, oh well, the demon who was Master Chief was like making his way through the elites, and it was like, okay, well we need to bring in this other class, the brutes, right? What I thought would have been good if they would have went off the source material was having the Arbiter, who was he ends up becoming a good guy later, but the Arbiter is he's like,
Spoiler alert.
well, this is in the games. This is not in the show. The Arbiter is essentially he's an elite, but he's like the pinnacle of the elites, right? He's almost like
Cream of the crop.
well, like he's like the Master Chief equivalent for the Covenant.
He rises to the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, like like, why not bring in the Arbiter? Like one of the final fights that he has is against a brute with a grab hammer, and it's like this is something that doesn't happen until way later on. So if this is supposed to be a prequel to the first game, you're bringing in characters that don't even become a part of the games until like 3 games later, right?
Yeah, but it's like the games don't have to be the script.
But what I'm saying is, they're trying to make it the same part of the universe. It's like you have other characters that you can bring in that make more sense to the story that you're supposedly trying to tell.
So would you recommend it?
They squished a lot of stuff in to try and get it in for the people that played the games. That would make them happy, as opposed to realizing that because they squished so much stuff in, it's going to piss them off.
Yeah, I mean, like what I would have wanted to see more of is, okay, so you guys talked about the Spartans, and what was cool was they did do Master Chief's fire team, right? Which was kind of cool because you only hear about that stuff in the books.
There's books too.
Oh yeah, there's books. That's actually all the stuff with the other Spartan dude that's with the Civil War and all that stuff. The dude that's watching the girl. All that stuff's from the books.
Okay.
So I mean, there are like Easter eggs like that and stuff like that are for people who are into the extended universe of Halo, like stuff like that, right? Where you have.
So, would you recommend this to a non-gamer to watch?
Again, I would recommend to watch it because it does give you a little bit more of it gives you a little more on the lore in the storyline, but also keep in mind that it's not exactly in line with the books and the games. It's almost like it's its own separate universe.
So it's almost like it's easy to recommend to someone that's not a gamer because of that, right?
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, it's like if you're planning on playing the games and you want to watch the show, just be ready to be disappointed because the game storyline is still better.
Gotcha.
And again, like the other thing. So again, there are storylines that they could have gone into. I would have liked to see the Arbiter. I would have liked to see ODST, which is they're like non-Spartan special forces. Right. So like I would have liked to see other units that are in that are part of the UNSC that weren't, that they didn't talk about in this, right? Like you had Marine, like UNSC Marine Special Forces, which was ODST. Like you could have seen those guys. Right. You could have seen again, that final fight is him fighting either fighting an Arbiter or fighting more not necessarily fighting the Arbiter, but like fighting other elites, right? And kind of being more in line with the game storyline. You know what I mean? You know, there's a
Very
lot
cool.
that they could have done that they didn't do. You know, and it's like overall, like I said, I like the storyline that they went with, but there were certain choices that I felt were either unnecessary or weren't as good as they could have been.
Would you stick around for a season 2?
I'm interested in seeing where it goes for season 2, but again, I feel like there's a lot of things that they need to fix.
You have your hesitation.
I do have a hesitation, you know, just being a fan of the games and playing all the games. It's like, you know, you have a much better storyline in the game, you know, so it's like I want to see them kind of go in and say and almost do like the Sonic thing, right? It's take the feedback from the community that actually loves this property.
Poor ugly Sonic.
Ugly, we're gonna talk about ugly Sonic here in a minute, right? But I mean, like that it's that kind of thing. It's take the feedback from the communities that actually are going to make you the money on this, right? Because
Right, yeah, for sure.
The whole thing is don't ostracize, you know, don't
believe the hype.
well no like don't alienate the fan base that you already have in order to gain a new fan base, right?
Well, I meant when I said don't believe the hype, I mean like more so like to the because we're making a product for people that have a built-in audience that we can just do whatever we want and they're gonna come see it, you know?
Yeah, because I mean the whole thing is like, you know, instead of alienating your current audience, it's like make your current audience like happy, but at the same time make a storyline that's good enough to bring in a new audience.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's don't sacrifice the integrity of a character that people already love in order to change so much to get new fans, because the whole thing is, yeah, you might get a couple new fans, but you're losing a lot more.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And
All
that's
right.
the thing. Like I watched the first episode without Angel, and I said, okay. As I watched it, okay, you're actually gonna like this. You're gonna want to watch the show. And as we watched it, she dug it. You know, she was into it. Obviously, not knowing anything about the games.
Yeah.
And so she's okay. Yeah, cool. I'm into this. And then, like I said, see episode 2, she was gone. That wasn't what is happening. He's being mauled.
And that's the thing is that, like, I would have liked to see more of that Civil War. You know, I would have liked to see more of these wars between warring factions and UNSC and having like this almost like divided you know, like human race, right? I would have liked to see like civil wars and almost kind of like how The Expanse, right? Like how you have like these warring factions of humans, but then what brings humanity together is a Covenant invasion, right? The Covenant come in and invade, and at this point you already have Spartans, because you know you make it a little more sinister, because you know Spartans were created to essentially, you know, quell rebellions and things like that. Like these super soldiers are like, you know, make it messed up and they're killing other humans kind of thing. You know, ODST, and you have these Marines and everything like that, and then everybody has to band together because the Covenant invade.
Right, like in the very first episode, I didn't understand why this band of humans were afraid of the Spartans.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense to me. Like, they're soldiers. Okay.
Yeah.
What does it matter? But I see what you're saying. It's almost like they skimmed over everything.
Yeah.
To like get a broad sense, but they didn't dig and plant roots in for like these kind of subplot storylines.
Yeah. It's like there's a whole story that you can tell that doesn't sacrifice Master Chief, that doesn't sacrifice you know, the storyline, where you don't have to put in these unnecessary characters that literally don't move the story anywhere further. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot, and that's the thing, is that you have these characters who at first were really compelling, you know, and then the storyline just fell off, and it's like, why even tell the story of these characters if you're not going to finish the storyline?
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, Ray, are you planning on finishing the show?
I'll finish it, but again, I'm not in a rush. I'm gonna
Right.
watch Bosch before I finish watching Halo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
This
so,
isn't going to be at the top of my list, but it's going to be on my list to finish. This is going to be my
Yeah.
midnight show where like everybody else is asleep, and I'm going to watch this by myself because nobody else wants to watch it.
This is what I'll watch when I'm on my lunch break at work, basically, and that's how I've been watching it, honestly. So,
Gotcha. All right, are you guys ready to get into some? Don't cross the streams.
Don't
Streams?
cross the streams.
don't
Cross the
Don't.
streams.
don't cross the streams.
So we're in May, right? Happy birthday! Shout out to Double A since this is his birthday month. And he was-
Yeah. Happy birthday, Double A.
Happy birthday!
Hello there.
And he was right. Like so much comes out in May.
Oh yeah.
This
It's gonna
week
be May.
alone is the craziest week ever. We're getting Top Gun Maverick, which is already out. I didn't know it was coming out so early.
Yeah.
And then Stranger Things comes out on Friday. And then we get the first 2 episodes of Obi-Wan on Friday as well.
Right.
It's nuts. So there's a ton of stuff. Why don't we talk about what to stream right now? And if you guys have any favorites, like, if you want to recommend Halo, that
Right.
sort of thing.
So, we'll start on Paramount Plus. So I mean, I do, and I just had a whole, rant about Halo, but I do recommend watching it. You know what I mean? Like, just kind of get a perspective and just kind of watch the show itself. And I mean, I recommend for anybody to have their own opinion on it. You know what I mean? Especially if you are a fan of Halo, watch the series and form your own opinions on that.
Ooh, and you're just coming from the point of view, like you're a gamer, you love sci-fi, you're passionate about this specific, franchise, that sort of thing. So it makes sense. I get it. You're gonna have a lot to say. Ray, look at I get what's going on.
You went to the bathroom.
Either that or I saw the red Solo cup. So he's gotten
Solo cup.
I'll fill me up. Let's have some taco.
Oh, yes, have a taco.
Yeah.
Cam, actually, that was my next recommendation. So my second recommendation on Paramount Plus, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is currently on Paramount Plus.
Just came out on the 24th.
Right. Now, I haven't watched it yet, but I mean, I've heard a lot of good things. I did enjoy the first one. The first one is considered the best video game adaptation movie adaptation of a video game. And I've heard good things about not just Robotnik, but also Knuckles in general. So I kind of want to watch all that stuff.
Idris Elba,
man.
Yeah, what's funny is Jenny took the kids to see this, I don't know, 2 months ago in the theater, and they loved it. They had a good old time. Like from a kid point of view, they were like, they're like, oh my God, we love Sonic. But then they were also scared. It's like it took them on a roller coaster ride and they're like, yay, Sonic. So funny. Hey, Taco Guy, where'd you go?
Welcome back.
Hello there.
I had to go to the urination station.
Oh, okay.
Figured. So I mean, like, I'm excited to watch it. Actually, funny enough, Sonic the Hedgehog, the first one was the last movie that I watched before the pandemic started.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah.
In theaters?
Yeah, that was the last movie in theaters I watched in 2020 before the pandemic started.
I
don't even know what the last movie I saw was, to be honest.
Mine was Doctor Strange. I'm just saying.
And then the last recommendation on Paramount Plus that we have on here is Lost City.
Lost City.
Check that out.
You guys probably don't know much about it, but it's got Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum in it, and it's a comedy, right? It's kind of a fun, lighthearted comedy of them going on an adventure. It's what is it? She's like a book writer, and he's like the model. So imagine like a romance novel author, along with like a Fabio type guy, and then they get like lost in the jungle somehow. It's funny. It's really fun.
It looked like it was funny.
The premise is he is Fabio, right? He's the model for the books, and he actually believes his own character. He is that person, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
But then there's a little bit of heart behind it of why he believes in that character so much.
Okay.
And
So
also Channing Tatum, so you know it's funny.
Exactly.
Channing Tatum's a pretty funny guy.
He is a funny
Yeah.
dude. He doesn't take himself too seriously. I think that's what makes him so funny.
Mhm.
Yeah. And that was good because like he was really funny where Sandra Bullock was playing like the straight man type character.
Mhm.
So Channing Tatum got to be extra funny. So it was good.
So you had a really hot straight man.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Does that
Disney
make you
Plus.
never mind.
Sandra Bullock is still hot. You know, like fucking 40 years later, still.
She's gonna be hot when she's 70, bro. Are you kidding me?
Oh yeah,
Like Betty White hot. You know what I'm saying?
exactly. So the next recommendation we have, and I know Ray's been chomping at the bit to talk about this one. On Disney Plus, Rescue Rangers.
Chip and Dale.
Rescue Rangers.
We're not doing the whole thing? Oh, wow.
I mean, you
Chip
keep
and
going.
Dale to the rescue.
Danger. Oh,
I did not see this
Abort.
movie coming.
Oh my god, it's so good. It's so
amazing.
good.
It's beautiful. It's the movie
if
that I
you
didn't know I
have
needed.
not watched it yet, you need to watch this movie.
It's the
I
movie
did not see it coming. It
that
is
you don't know you
stupid
need.
funny.
Absolutely.
I was excited for it only because that means we can not watch Encanto again or Blippi or
You poor,
or
poor
like-
man.
Turning Red. It's like finally something new.
Oh man.
And then you get to watch Chip and Dale. But the cool news about watching Rescue Rangers over and over is you get to see all the Easter eggs in there.
Yes, exactly. I had no idea this was going to happen. So if
Oh,
you
bro,
don't know
good.
anything about Rescue Rangers, there was a TV show in the 90s about
Late
Chip
80s,
and
early
Dale.
90s. Yeah.
Yeah. And it had all the characters in it. So this is kind of a continuation of that in almost like a Roger Rabbit style.
I was gonna say it's very Roger Rabbit because it very much lives in the universe where the, you know, like cartoon characters are actors just like any other actor is.
Yeah, the live action interaction with the animated characters for sure.
Right. I think one of the biggest things that I loved about this was they did what Disney did in the 80s with Roger Rabbit and got licenses from everyone.
Stuff you wouldn't have expected for sure.
At all, man. Like there were and some of the Easter eggs that were in there were like you know, we've seen it. I've seen it being posted all around the internet, but there's a certain billboard for a movie that's sort of that are in there. But Batman versus ET.
Why did you say that, Alien?
That's like Warner Brothers versus Universal, right? Like or Seth Rogen plays like 5 characters from 5 different movies across 5 different studios.
Yes, and they all showed up in
And
one
they all
scene
show up
together.
in one scene, and it's stupid funny, man. Like they did such a good job with this. Did you guys catch the reelect Butthead for
Yes, on the bus
on the
billboard?
on the
Yeah, I
bench?
did.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You know, like stuff like that, or like when they start doing the knockoffs, like you have Rick and Morty and the Simpsons and
The different
like,
animation styles.
all
Yeah.
the different animation styles from like all the different things, or you know, they make all kinds of like Schultz references, you know, like you have a Snoopy ear, you know, like that stuff, man. Like it was so good the way that they did this, and they made it like it feasibly lives in this universe. I feel like this lives in the Roger Rabbit universe.
Yeah, they definitely dipped into the Roger Rabbit universe.
Yeah.
Because they literally dipped into the Roger Rabbit universe.
Did you see the dip reference?
Yes, I did. That was so cool.
So they had a reference to dip in Peter Pan's office.
It is torture kit.
In his torture kit. But then also the Roger Rabbit, literal Roger Rabbit reference. He goes, "You're dancing
doing the
Roger
Roger
Rabbit
Rabbit."
with Roger Rabbit. Like,
Yeah.
like, and then you show them dancing with Roger Rabbit. Like this was so good.
And they had the Paula Abdul music video reference.
Oh yeah, well Paula Abdul also played an animated version of herself,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like
This was jam packed, like every scene.
Ugly
There was
Sonic
something-
was so good, man.
Actually, Sonic and his teeth.
And I love that they made references to why people hated that character. So it was
Yeah.
like Ugly Sonic and his human teeth, and you see his teeth, and it's like, oh god, it's
Slow-mo.
so good.
And I love that they're like at some kind of Comic-Con type
Yeah.
thing. And we've been to some of those cons where
Oh,
it's
dude.
like, oh, look at these random D-list characters. But it was so
Alan
funny.
Oppenheimer playing He-Man and Skeletor.
Yes.
Right? Like they, because as soon as you see them run under the table, I was like, please tell me that's Skeletor and He-Man. Please tell me that's Skeletor and He-Man. And then they go to the top of the table and it's Alan Oppenheimer playing both of them. And I was like, that is amazing. I love this.
Yeah, it was so good. Like the more I watched them, like, I don't think this is for kids. Like this is for me.
It was for us. It definitely was for us. It was definitely for those of us that grew up watching Chippendale.
Yeah.
Right.
And Roger Rabbit, for sure.
And and Roger Rabbit for sure. But like that, the movie was definitely for us because all the references were things that we would get. Right. The only thing that I regret about this movie is that it wasn't in theaters.
Oh, for sure.
It should have been in theaters. Yeah.
I would have watched it. And if I would have paid for it, I would have been happy to pay to watch that in theaters.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like that movie would have made a killing in theaters. They should have put that in theaters.
What about all the bootlegs? Like all the the Little Mermaid flounder thing, like that's such a smart idea.
I saw SpongeBob and Patrick in there.
Yeah.
When they open the crate and all the bootlegs start running out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's so
the hair
good.
follicles on Peter Pan was a little disturbing.
So and this is a little messed up, but that the backstory about Peter Pan, right?
Go ahead, say it.
Is it true story?
Talk.
Oh yeah, the child actor, yeah.
About the child actor that played Peter Pan, like that.
Tell the story. Tell the story.
I don't 100% remember it, but I remember reading that it's actually based on a true story. And people were a little kind of like upset about that they were almost making a joke out of it.
Yeah, but didn't he end up like committing crimes and stuff or something?
Yeah, he ended up like committing a whole bunch of crimes.
I mean, everyone's getting counseled for something. So
yeah. The bear. Was that the bear from Polar Express or was that the Coca-Cola bear?
I was trying to. I thought it was a Coca-Cola bear because I was trying to figure that out myself.
Coca-Cola bear too. He looked like he was drawn like the Coca-Cola bear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was the Coca-Cola bear because he had the vest.
Yeah.
Like the winter vest.
Yeah, and then Seth Rogen's character was from WoW.
Yeah. I never even played WoW, and I figured that one out.
Because some of the jokes that they made about that character were like some of the early issues in WoW.
The 90s animation.
The Polar Express eyes.
Well, no, the whole thing about him not being able to look at them, right?
Yeah.
So they were like, how come you're not looking at me? He goes, I am looking at you. I'm looking right at you. And he's looking straight. Yeah. Because early WoW, if you had characters that were like tall or short or anything like that, the character didn't look down or up at them. They just looked straight
on one plane.
Yeah. Because I mean, nobody cared about that in early games, right? That's more something that they started adding in later. So, yeah, okay, so it was the Coca-Cola bear, and they said it was just because they didn't 100% get the branding from Coke. Thanks, Cam.
100%. I can't recommend that movie enough. I'm sure I'll watch at least 2 or 3 more times.
Oh yeah,
for the end of the weekend.
Yeah, I 100% recommend for everybody to watch that. But I mean, I can talk about it all day. Let's move into the next streaming platform here. So we'll go into HBO Max.
What about, hold on, going back, what was the character, the female chipmunk or mouse or whatever her name is?
Oh, Gadget.
Gadget.
Dude,
that's right.
The spoiler alert. Gadget hooks up with the Fly. And they have mouse fly children, and it is the creepiest looking thing ever.
Hosted by Dennis Haysbert.
Oh my god.
Oh, that was so weird. I was like, oh, okay, well.
Voiced by Pedro Serrano.
Who was the voice of Gadget though?
She was voiced by I'm forgetting her first name, Tremaine. She's the one that voiced her in the original show.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. That's cool that they brought them back. That's cool. Mm-hmm. Okay, sorry, we can move on. HBO Max, what do you got? HBO Max.
HBO Max. Now, guys, George Carlin's American Dream.
I've only started it, and I'm hyped on it.
I haven't started watching it yet, but I mean, I love anything about George Carlin. So I mean, as soon as I saw that they were doing this, I was like, I need to watch this. So
it's a 2-part documentary by Judd Apatow, right?
Right.
Yep.
So it's going to be super interesting. Yeah, I didn't watch it. I chose to watch one we'll talk about later. But yeah, I want to watch this one next.
Yeah,
I'm like halfway through the first episode.
Oh,
and it's really good. It's not. I actually forgot that I had to finish watching it, so now I'm glad we talked about this because that's what I'll watch tomorrow.
Yeah,
sweet. So yeah, if you're into comedy,
something that we're going to talk about when we get to Netflix. So
gotcha. If you're into comedy, go watch this George Carlin documentary. You know, he's one of the, I don't know, I want to say one of the greatest comedians, but like one of the most respected comedians.
Yeah.
You know, kind of a game changer comedian from back in the day. So yeah,
he's one of those guys that everybody on every spectrum uses as an example for stuff, even though he was very leftist, but like, you know, like everybody, because like, you know, especially like people who are like, stop getting offended by everything. He has a whole bit about that. So it's like,
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely, so far from what I've seen, it's definitely worth watching. Absolutely. And it gets like into his life. Like, I mean, it gets in there deep into it. From what I've seen.
Cool. What's this next one?
Tokyo Vice. Anybody?
I haven't watched it.
So it's got, and I forgive me for forgetting his name, but it's got the dude that played the lead role in Baby Driver.
Okay.
So the premise is he's basically a kid from a small town, I believe I want to say, is it Milwaukee or Minnesota?
Okay.
Anyway, that's not the point. The point is it's from a small town. He goes to Tokyo for school, and he stays there, and he becomes the first foreign reporter for like the biggest newspaper in Japan. And so he's on the crime beat, and it's a story about him getting into the Yakuza and how he has to make relationships with as a white guy in Japan, trying to make relationships to be able to actually get accepted enough to find out stories and report on them, and actually report on the crime in Japan, in Tokyo.
This is a true story.
Yeah, it's based on a true story. So I'm obviously, you know, how much of it's true or not, but I think
Ansel Elgort.
Ansel Elgort.
Yeah,
that's one of Aaron Thicke's favorite people of all time.
Yeah, Baby Driver, Fault in Our Stars, Insurgent, West Side Story. Wow, he's got.
He's good in the movie because so part of the premise is that he's not just there, like he's fully immersed in the culture. So he's speaking in Japanese, he's having conversation in Japanese. So the one, and I think we talked about this one on the show with Natalie Sky, is that one of the things I liked about the show so much is that so much of it's in Japanese that you're forced to have to pay attention. So there's no being on your phone while the show is going. Like you have to watch what's going on because so much is subtitled, but it's nuanced and you have to pay attention. I think we binged it in pretty much the weekend.
Yeah, we were talking about that with Jackie Lastra because we.
Oh, is that okay?
Yeah, because we were asking her subs versus dubs, and she said that she's a dub person.
Yeah, I crossed the streams as to which one we talked about that on, but it was. But I can't recommend it enough. It's a good crime thing, and then it's just like I think part of it's because it's just a different culture,
right?
So just being, I mean, not knowing, obviously never having been there, but it's watching it was a good watch, and they haven't announced the season 2 yet, but it was a really good show so far. It's absolutely open for a season 2.
Okay, definitely got to check it out. And then the last thing we got on HBO Max right now is Flight Attendant season 2.
Have you guys watched? Did you guys ever watch season 1?
I saw bits and pieces of it. Jackie watched that show, so I saw kind of like whatever she was watching at the moment.
Yeah, see, I got real into that.
I've also heard a lot of good stuff about it. So
yeah, I got real into it by Angel, and it was good. It was interesting. It's one of those shows though where it's like, how much trouble can one person get into, and how do they keep getting into the same trouble?
Yeah.
So
Kaylee
it's like
Cuoco,
that type of thing. What's that?
Kaylee Cuoco, right?
Yeah, Kaylee Cuoco, and it's good so far. We've only started watching. I think we're like 2 episodes in. It's one of those ones where they don't obviously release them because it's HBO Max all at once. So it's good. I recommend watching. I mean, season 1 will get you hooked, and it'll get you wanting to start watching season 2 for sure.
Right.
Oh, that's cool. So she's got that and Harley Quinn
Yep,
Mhm.
on HBO Max.
On HBO Max.
Interesting. Cool.
She's living there.
All
Yeah.
right, so we're gonna move on to Apple TV Plus. The Essex Serpent.
I haven't started watching this.
This is the
But-
first I'm hearing about it.
No, this is what's his name? Loki.
Tom Hiddleston.
Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah, it's him and Claire Danes.
Right.
I think it's like a mini series. Technically, is what they're calling it. So I guess it's a limited series.
Mm-hmm.
What's the premise of the show?
This follows a London widow, Cora Seaborn, who moves to Essex to investigate a report of a mythical serpent. She forms a bond of science and skepticism with a pastor, which is Tom Hiddleston. But when tragedy strikes, locals accuse her of attracting the creature. So it's a little bit of like, I don't know, Loch
It's like
Ness
M Night
monster.
Shyamalan type of thing, or what?
Like there's a little bit like monster lore
Yeah.
with like science and stuff like
Okay.
that. So I mean, like it looks interesting.
Yeah.
That totally sounds like something like it'd be from M Night Shyamalan. To be honest,
I'm gonna
mean-
see how you keep talking. I'm gonna see how many episodes there are because it came out. I think they're on episode 3 now.
Yeah, because Apple TV Plus does
Weekly,
episodes.
yeah.
So like they
which is actually I'm actually happy that the some of the streaming services are doing that, because it makes it must see too. So when when the new one drops, even if it's at midnight, like I want to go watch. So like we have to get together and watch that because we know it's gonna come on.
Yeah, because I mean Disney does that specifically because they want hype and buzz for the next week, right? So it's like everybody.
I think it keeps their subscriptions up too.
Right.
So they can't just like, oh, I'm gonna binge it and then I'll cancel.
But where like all the different companies are saying like why they are going back to that model, it was all because of Game of Thrones, because like they were like it or love it, whether you hate it or not. Game of Thrones, whether it was a good episode or a bad episode or whatever, there was always people talking about it around the water cooler, right?
Yeah,
It was
for sure.
oh, did you watch this week's episode of Game of Thrones, right? So
What pissed you off about it
Exactly,
in the last season?
So that was the whole thing, is they were like, well, we want to do that. We want the Mandalorian to have that same kind of hype. And when they dropped the Mandalorian, which was their first series, that same hype happened, right? So that's why
Sure.
Disney has been doing weekly episodes for all their shows and not just binging everything.
It's the algorithm, bro.
Mhm.
It's all about the algorithm.
Which, I
Jumping
mean,
back,
they do have shows that are like, they drop all at once, like The Quest. I don't know if you guys have seen The Quest.
Mhm.
The Quest is a trip, man. It's a
on Disney Plus.
it's on Disney Plus. It's a game show. Actually, we didn't even talk about this. I do recommend watching it. It's almost like it's a reality show and a game show all at once that has super high level production. Right? So the idea is these kids, like these like high school kids.
Oh, I did look into this. Okay.
Yeah, like they're just like high school kids get transported into a world, like basically they're playing D&D in real life,
Interesting.
right? And it's like it's almost like a kid in King Arthur's court, like that same premise, but it's a game show, right? So it's a trip, or it's like a reality show. So it's a trip because like you have all these actors, you have all this production and everything like that, but the kids are like actual like unscripted kids, right? And like you'll have like these wizards that show up and say, we need you to do this task, and they go and do these tasks and like do it like reality TV show style. But it's like a competition too. So like people are being eliminated and everything like that. But like it's also like it's the same producers, not Peter Jackson, but the same producers from Lord of the Rings. So it's like all like practical effects and like like high level stuff. So like literally there's like a like monsters and stuff that are like in full costume that show up, and they're like they look real. It's a trip, dude. Like it's a really cool concept for what it is. Now I'll admit the tasks that they make these kids do are super easy, right? And they make them seem like they're the most challenging thing ever. But I mean, like at the same time, it's a cool concept for what it is.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a very original concept.
All right, check it out.
Yeah, so I would recommend going back to Disney Plus, but check out The Quest.
By the way, just to jump back, Essex Serpent,
Mhm.
6 episodes, and the first 3 are already available. So the fourth one comes out sometime this week,
Okay.
the 20th. So 27th. What is that? Friday?
Yeah. That'll
No
be this
word
Friday.
on when the serpent pokes its head out for the next episode.
There you go.
He's getting more punny than you.
Exactly.
All right, guys, let's move on to Amazon Prime and something that I've been excited for since they announced it.
Yeah, I'm upset at myself that I haven't checked it out yet.
Guys, Kids in the Hall is back.
Ding 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 ding.
If you're unfamiliar with Kids in the Hall, Kids in the Hall was a variety, almost like a
Canadian.
variety sketch show, Canadian variety sketch show that played in the early 90s. It was like along the lines of Mad TV and Living Color, all that kind of stuff.
It was on MTV, right?
I think it was on MTV, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But,
After 26 years, Kids in the Hall is officially back as the Kids in the Hall premiered on Amazon Prime Video. That's the official name, right? And I think
I believe so.
they have all of them back. So again, yeah, you're right. They're a comedy troupe from the
Mhm.
90s.
Yeah.
Super funny.
Darren Chibi, no, we are done with the Halo talk. Now we're talking recommendations on streaming platforms.
We're not crossing the streams, Darren.
Yeah, go check out Kids in the Hall. They were a favorite of mine growing up.
Speaking of Kids in the Hall,
I crush your head.
There's kids in the screen.
there are kids in the stream.
Crush your head. I crush your head.
Crush your head.
But what else? We got Netflix. You ready for some Netflix time?
Oh, I am ready for some Netflix. Now, the first thing that we're gonna mention right here, I have not watched it yet. I admitted it on in the Nerdington post. I have not started watching this. It's on my list of things to watch, but I'm more excited to watch it now, seeing the trailer for season 3. I mean, season 3 is out, but Love, Death, and Robots.
So okay, we were talking about this show and prepping for the show, and you're like, "Hey, go watch Halo." I said, "Yep, I'm gonna watch it." I ended up turning on Love, Death, and Robots.
And you got
and
caught.
I watched like the entire first season.
Yeah,
like all last night.
I need to work. I need to watch all 3 seasons of that because I've always heard good things about it. Like since the first season, everybody's talked about how good it is.
So it's so good. It's like it's animated. It's an anthology series.
Anthology, right? Yeah.
Nothing's connected. It's all short
okay.
stories.
Okay.
And there's also different animation styles, different
Yep.
producers, different
Yep.
like different things. Like it's kind of cool because I like those types of anthology things. Like Batman did something like that. The Matrix did something like that, where like Animatrix was a bunch of different like anime styles.
Star Wars is on Disney Plus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right.
Visions.
The Visions, Star Wars
Yeah.
Visions is exactly like that, right? You have different producers, different things. Cam Smith. I am going to talk about that. I saw the trailer for it. I didn't even know that was a thing, and when I saw the trailer, I was like, it's actually pretty interesting. I'm probably going to watch that show too.
So, Love, Death, and Robots has 3 seasons. I watched season 1. I think it's 17 episodes, which sounds like a lot, especially
But
for
they're short though.
Netflix. Yeah, but they're short. They range from
Like 15 minutes, right? Something like that.
6 minutes to like maybe 16 at the longest. Super digestible, and just they kind of capture you because you get sucked into the storylines, and they're all super interesting. They're all super different. I can't recommend this enough. The animation and the different styles are amazing, but really what's grabbing me is the storytelling
Right.
that's happening.
Which
So-
is always good about anthology series. Like that's the major thing about anthology series is that there's a lot of good storytelling.
Yeah. They're all like mini like short films. It's
Right.
it's great. It's great. If everybody should go do this, go watch like 2, maybe 3 episodes of it tonight, and that's like maybe a half hour of your time. Tonight,
You can do it.
and you'll be hooked. You'll be hooked.
You can do it. Now, the next thing I'm going to bring up here is actually what I finished watching today.
I started this.
It's so funny. So the next thing I'm going to recommend is it's not for kids. Throw that out there right now.
For idiots.
That's
It's
it.
for idiots, right? Jackass 4.5. Right now, here's the thing about Jackass 4.5 is I thought it was going to be another Jackass, which kind of
Yeah. I thought
but
it was gonna be like stuff that they got deleted from the movie.
Jackass
which
Forever.
it was like some of this a lot of it was the bits that they didn't use for Jackass Jackass Forever, but it was a hybrid that and documentary about kind of Jackass in general, but leading up to Jackass Forever. So
Okay.
like they have like a lot of behind the scenes and like this is why we didn't use this bit, but we did this, or this is the behind the scenes of this bit and things like that. So like they do go behind some of the bits and they show you a lot of the things that they didn't use in the movie, but were like good bits that they were just like, yeah, it didn't make the final cut, but they're still good. Like some of that stuff was funnier than the stuff that was in the movie.
Is there is Bam Margera in 4.5?
Bam Margera was not in 4.5. They probably anything that he was in was probably like super cut.
Okay.
Because I don't think he filmed anything for 4.5.
No, he did. He actually is in one of the bits, the one with the marching band on the treadmill. He's actually in that one. That's the only one that he's in on the movie.
Oh, gotcha.
But
Which
he pretty much got cut.
he got cut through the whole thing.
And I know we talked about it on one of the other shows,
but like it was funny, right?
One with Jackie Lastra.
They talked a lot about
the streams again.
Yeah, I know, right? They talked a lot about the punishment that Aaron McGee goes through because Aaron McGee got destroyed in this movie, dude.
Yeah, so good, so good. Yeah, I want to check that one out. I might have to watch that as well tonight. It's going to be a late night for me. Okay,
but it was funny. It was really good. Like I said, it's almost like a hybrid documentary, but then also it's more bits. You know.
Okay. So yeah, and see, when I looked at the description, I thought it was just a documentary. So that's cool. It's good to know. I'm gonna
it's definitely both. It's they talk a lot about the behind the scenes on Jackass Forever, but then they also do a lot of bits that didn't make it into the movie. And like, again, a lot of it, I think it was more so. It wasn't that like it wasn't good enough. It was like we only had a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
So we couldn't put everything in here, but like a lot of them were like super funny. A lot of it is also the interaction between Spike Jonze and who's the other director?
Tremaine. Jeff Tremaine. I think it's Jeff Tremaine.
Yeah, Jeff Tremaine. Yeah. So there's like a lot of like them sitting and talking about like why they did this and why they make the choices that they do. There's a lot of like Steve-O kind of like talking about like why he does certain things and things like that.
So it's kind of like the Blu-ray, behind the scenes documentary.
Kind of. I mean, it's definitely a
the director's cut with the director's commentary, right?
Yeah,
kinda?
Almost kind of.
Okay.
Cool.
Over under how many penises are in this?
Oh, there's way more penises, and they actually they talk about that. They talk about how this movie,
so awful.
Like they actually talk about how this movie is of all 4 movies that they've made, this movie was the one that had the most penises in it.
Paddleball is the best.
Oh, and then they show like some of the deleted scenes on that and stuff like that. They actually talk about their process on how they got the new cast.
Okay, that's cool.
So like a lot of the people like like poopies and like
that's cool.
They actually talk like Rachel actually had a lot of bits that got cut from the movie.
That sucks.
So did they say what the plan is with this new cast?
They didn't. They just said they at the beginning they talk about originally it was just going to be the original cast, and Knoxville was just kind of like we need to get some new blood.
Yeah.
Right. A lot of the actors talk about like their first day on set was kind of also their like almost like their tryout.
Right.
Okay.
And then there's like extended scenes with Eric Andre talking about like I grew up watching Jackass, started doing my own prank show and my own like stunt show and everything like that.
It's the Eric Andre show.
Yeah, and then he talks about being on set for the first time with those guys and just it being another level to the stuff that he does. And he was just like, "Holy shit, this stuff is crazy, man! Like I was not expecting any of this." He goes like he talks about. So you guys remember in Jackass Forever the exploding body?
Yeah.
Right. Eric Andre was actually the first person that they did that to. Right.
Really?
and his whole thing was he was like in the back of my mind, like he goes, I got on set and I'm just like, something's gonna happen, something bad's gonna happen. I don't know when, it's just gonna happen. And he goes, God, I gotta go take a piss. And he goes over to the porta potty and he goes, something's gonna happen in this porta potty. And he like, you see him go in the porta potty, and it's like as soon as it explodes, he jumps out the door. He's like, I knew something was gonna happen.
That's funny. Cool. We'll check that out. We'll have to check that out. Okay. Still staying on Netflix. You know, I was talking to my friend Boca, friend of the show Boca. I'm like, hey, we're gonna talk about some stuff to stream. What do you got? And he's like, I just watched Ozark.
Yeah.
I just wrapped it. He's like, and it's amazing. He's like, that's the one show I recommend right now.
I didn't finish the first part of this last season. It's like super dark. So like we were watching. I'm like, we got to watch this and like we got to like part this out because it was a lot to deal with.
Yeah. I've heard a lot of people talk about.
It's good though.
I've heard a lot of people talk about they didn't like this season as much as the rest of it, but that it's not like bad.
No,
it's just, all I've heard is that it's really good. Just heavy. A lot of people saying that they didn't like it as much as the rest of the show.
100%, yeah, definitely heavy. Acting, it's tremendous. Obviously, with the people that are in it, it's just that's exactly what it is, John. It's just heavy and dark. Like fuck, it's a lot to deal with.
Eat some ice cream while watching it, like something. Hold a flower because it's just a lot to deal with.
Right. Ice cream. Okay, I'll put that in my notes.
There you go. All right, Netflix. Let's talk more about some of the comedy specials. And I really love that Netflix is becoming this hub for like comedy specials.
Yeah. Sure. And I've heard like there's a lot of comedy stuff that they've been recording over the last couple of months that everybody's waiting for.
And shout out to Aaron Thick for this one, because I know he had mentioned in our group chat how he wanted to talk about some of the comedy specials. Specifically, I know he wanted to talk about Christina P's Mom Jeans that premiered I think it was a couple weeks ago now. And that was funny. And if you're not familiar, she's a comic on her own, stands on her own, but she's married to Tom Segura, and they have
Christina Przinski.
Yeah, and so they have a very successful podcast that they run on YouTube and obviously the streaming platforms. That's called Your Mom's House, and it's branched out to a bunch of shows from the Your Mom's House studios, which including the Two Bears One Cave, which is freaking hilarious.
So funny.
Yeah, and
which is Tom Segura and Burt Kreischer.
Correct. Yeah, and Angel and I just recently went to Burt Kreischer's show as part of the Netflix as a joke special on Cinco de Mayo at the Greek, and God, we had such a good time. It was so much fun. Awesome. So much fun. So it's probably not going to air as a special, but man, seeing him perform live was awesome. And we actually got a chance to see Tom Segura when he was in LA. I want to say it was back in February, so that was cool. So we got to see both of the Bears just at separate times. So
we saw Burt probably 6 months ago here in Sacramento.
Okay.
And we saw the second show, right? And everybody was getting hammered because we had all night to get drunk. They started the show actually an hour late, and he's like, and he walked out on stage and he's like, I think I screwed up, guys. And everyone's like, woo, going crazy. He's like, I told them to start this second show late so all you guys can get an extra drink or two. He's like, and I think that was a bad idea.
I can imagine him saying that.
That's one of the things that Angel loves about him. His laugh is so infectious, and
it is.
It's 100% real. So she loves watching him. She's like, that was my favorite comic. I've taken her to see Rogan. I've taken her to see Joey Diaz, Tom Segura. She's like, Burt Kreischer was my absolute favorite. It was so much fun.
Yeah, Cam Smith in the chat said, I can't wait for Fluffy's new special from selling out on Dodger Stadium.
Oh, I wanted to go to that.
Gabriel that was the weekend. So funny. I love that guy, man.
That was actually the weekend that I was supposed to go to Sacramento, and that was the reason why I didn't buy tickets. Fun fact.
Oh.
That's bad move on your part.
But you know what? So going back to the Netflix specials, Christina P's was very funny. I'm not going to pimp it because I know Aaron Thick wants to talk about it, so I'm going to leave that to him. Okay. But I did watch Speshy Weshy with Chris DiStefano.
DiStefano. Yeah, I watched that too.
God, geez, I laughed so hard. And it's one of those ones that you have to go into it being okay with knowing that other people are going to be offended by some of the shit he says.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But it was
I mean,
freaking hilarious.
he's been quote unquote canceled more than once because of the shit that he says. So, I mean,
and I want when watching it, he shot that special at the Gramercy theater, which is actually where Christina P shot hers. Christina Pazitsky shot hers at the same theater, and he shot it with the intention of putting on YouTube. Because no one wanted to buy it. No one wanted to buy a special, so it was gonna just be. He's, you know what? I'll do it myself. I'll put it on YouTube, and I'll get the fans that way. And he actually name checks Netflix and saying, you know what, F you guys. If you guys don't want to buy it, I'll put it on YouTube. But if you want to buy it, I'll sell it to you. And lo and behold, it ends up on Netflix as part of the Netflix the joke stuff, and it's super funny.
Yeah.
I definitely recommend it. I've become a fan of his. I'm listening to his podcast now. I think he was on Rogan yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, 2 days ago.
His stuff about being married to a
Puerto
Rican. Oh, it's so funny, man. Because it's
she's
hella true, dude. Like,
and she's I followed him and his wife on Instagram now.
Nice.
Awesome.
Good
Cam
times.
Smith, and this is not part of the comedy specials, but he said he's heard that Pena Verite was good.
Oh,
And
I
he's
did
watched
see that.
it.
Yeah.
I'm interested in watching it because it's
Keeps polarizing for sure.
yeah. But no, well, I mean, I like that kind of stuff too, where people make fun of conspiracy theories.
Is that
and
the
stuff
Mike? You're talking about the Mike Myers
thing? But I've also heard like a lot
Yes.
of people saying that it is not that funny.
That's what I was afraid of when I was looking at the trailers. I'm like, this has the potential to be. It's going to be either really good or it's going to be fall really flat.
Right, and the problem is because Mike Myers' sense of humor.
Yeah,
you know, like he kind of
very dry.
overdoes it sometimes. Well, he kind of overdoes. Like he'll do a joke and then just like beat it to death. You know, I've heard people say that they didn't like it. A lot of the reviews are saying that it's bad. I'm gonna go watch it just to give it a chance.
I watched Space Force, so I can watch this.
Yeah, Space Force is not that bad. But see, here's the thing about Space Force is like it's funnier if you were in the military or if you understand military humor. Right? It's not as funny if you're if you weren't in the military or don't understand that.
I think it's funny if you've been around enough military guys or people.
Because like my favorite scene, I haven't watched season 2 yet, but my favorite scene in season 1 is when they go to the when they have the Joint Chiefs.
I was gonna say that. Yeah, I figured that was gonna be it.
And it's like, you know, like every branch,
the
Joint Chiefs, every branch is 100% how everybody in those branches act.
I believe that. That was actually one of my favorite scenes too. I thought it was hilarious.
You know, so I thought my favorite whole thing about all of that is when they're all ragging on each other, and then the dude from the Coast Guard is like he says something. He's like, well, what about me? He goes, dude, you're the Coast Guard. You're a level below the Salvation Army. And I was like, that's how we rag on the Coast Guard. That's how that happens.
I've worked with enough guys in the military that I've heard them all. I've heard the Chair Force jokes. I've heard the Coast Guard. I mean, all of them. Because there's just so many guys in aviation that come from the military branches that go into that.
And then like like all the Marines are dumb jokes. Like I was just like, this is great. This is exactly how we treat each other.
Very cool. Any other comedy specials you want to talk about?
No, I'm actually. I saw that there was a Ricky Gervais one that just dropped, I think, this week.
Yes,
I haven't gotten into it yet, but it's on my list. I'll have to watch it before the end of the weekend.
I was on my recommendations, so you know how when you go to Netflix, you get the recommends.
Yep.
Ricky Gervais was on there because I think I've watched his other 2 specials on Netflix before too. So
yeah, I'll definitely be watching that one, and I'm working my way through the stand-up season 3 right now. So
nice. Yeah, there's a few coming out fairly soon as well. So Amy Schumer's Parental Advisory comes out June 11th. Pete Davidson also has a special on the 13th.
Okay.
But I'm looking forward to this. So Bill Burr presents Friends Who Kill, a showcase featuring stand-up curated by Bill. That's coming out June 6th.
That was one of the ones I wanted to go to. That was as part of the Netflix as a jokes here in LA. It was Bill Burr and Friends Out. I really wanted to go to that because I saw some of the names on the line. But I was like, that's something that's going to be fun.
And then check this one out. On June 10th, a tribute to Bob Saget, a celebration of Bob's life in comedy with his friends and family.
I heard about this.
This was after his funeral, and everybody got together. I think it was the Laugh Factory that it was shot at. but it's like comedians and friends of Bob Saget getting together, kind of having fun with it, and just kind of celebrating his life. I'm really looking forward to watching
Yeah,
it.
I'll definitely watch that.
I heard supposedly, like, there's a rumor going around that there is they have stuff recorded from an unaired special that he had
Oh, okay, nice.
that might actually be in that special. So it's like, I would love to see that, because
Mhm.
I know he was, when he died, he was touring. So I mean, like, I
Yeah.
would love to see, kind of like some of his new material, if they have recordings of it.
And
Right.
did we talk about the fact that Norm Macdonald apparently had recorded a special for
He had yeah.
it was basically in case of emergency break glass. If he passed away, it was going to air on Netflix, right?
Yeah. So there's also a whole like Norm Macdonald special. Like there was a whole thing that came out about, like, yes, there is a Norm Macdonald special that was recorded for Netflix that they haven't released yet, and it's like, oh my god, I gotta watch this.
Yeah, and it was done specifically for if he died, right? Is that how did I read that incorrectly, or is?
I think so. I think
Yeah.
it's something along those lines. I'm
Okay.
trying to look up and see if I can find a date or something.
I hope that that's the name of it, is Break Glass in Case I Die or something like that, because that's
That'd be great.
that would be such a meta thing from
Uh-huh.
from Norm Macdonald. I would love that, man.
So I guess it was recorded a 1 hour special for Netflix back in 2020.
Okay.
In a private show. So it's like it was probably
Yeah.
him and
COVID time, so
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Norm Macdonald, Nothing Special will release on May 30th.
oh wow, so it's soon.
So yeah, it's coming
Oh,
out. It's
heck
coming out like
yeah.
next week, dude.
Heck yeah.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm definitely gonna watch that.
There you go.
Yep. Well, we'll be talking about that next week.
So while we're waiting for some of these shows to come out, like in the next few days, we got a ton that's out right now, and a ton of stuff about to come out.
Mhm.
Right.
So
It is Star Wars Day today.
it's Star Wars Day today, So Star
Yeah.
Wars Celebration is tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in case you guys don't know what that means when we say Star Wars Day, because technically Star Wars Day is also May the 4th, but today is the
45?
day that is it the 45th anniversary?
I think it's 45 years. Yeah.
Yeah, today is the day that episode 4 was released. So
Episode.
yeah, that New
I did
Hope,
math in my
because
head.
back then it was just Star Wars. It wasn't
Yeah.
and the name A New Hope didn't get attached to Star Wars until Empire Strikes Back came out.
Okay.
So originally
fact.
in 1977, when it first released, it was just Star Wars.
Okay.
Today, 45 years ago.
45 years ago, which is why I have for it. That's
Yeah.
part of my. And fun fact: the artist that did that print, he's going to be at Star Wars Celebration, and I am. I've already ordered something for him that I'll be having picked up this
Nice.
weekend.
Shout out to Josh.
Yeah, shout out to Josh. Shout out to Al. Help him pronounce this right, Alabazia. He's got some really cool artwork that he does. I bought that. I bought some other prints from him, so I'm excited to get his Ahsoka print and get it framed.
That's awesome. It looks really cool.
Thank
Looks
you.
really cool.
Thank you very much.
I dig it. So, if you want to go do something right now, you can go to the movies. Go see
Right now?
Right now.
Right, meow.
You can go see Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Downton Abbey for the ladies out there. Downton Abbey, A New Era is out right now. But then also that just came out, which is a weird release day, which was Tuesday. Top Gun Maverick.
Dude, everything I've heard about Top Gun, like all the reviews, all say that it's a damn near a perfect
Must
movie.
see.
So I cannot wait to go see it.
One of the guys that I'm friends with because I follow because I knew his dad. Basically, he did a lot of the aerial camera work
Oh,
for the
nice.
movie, and seen some of the pictures he posted from the movie. I was like, it's incredible. Actually, I'll have to share them in the just new post.
Yeah,
because it looks really cool.
Yeah, it looks amazing. I have some friends. Shout out to Lightning.
You're my friend, James. You do have friends.
Yeah,
Very friends.
we are friends. Shout out to Lightning who went and saw it, and like he had all the merch afterwards. Like he
That's
posted a
cool.
picture. He had like the free posters. He had the popcorn bucket with the fighter plane on top. He had the hat on. I'm like, okay, you bought into this full hardcore.
100%.
Hook, line, and freaking sinker.
Yeah, good for you getting into it. Chris Neal, shout out to Chris Neal.
Maverick.
Looking forward to seeing Maverick too. I wonder, do you see it yet, Chris? I don't know if Chris saw it yet, but I want to go see that. I think I want to play hooky
Yeah, I know,
and go
right?
see it.
Oh,
I
Darren
play
GB actually
PlayStation.
just threw a good stream recommendation coming out soon. On Hulu, Orville season 3.
Mhm.
Ooh.
Yes.
Oh, speaking
I've
of
been waiting
Hulu,
for this for a while.
I just, and this is not on the list of topics, but Angel and I just watched a movie called The Valet.
Mm-hmm.
It was really good.
yeah.
It's if you've seen the movie, I think it's How to Be a Latin Lover. And forgive me for not remembering the actor's name, but he's a Mexican actor.
I know what movie
And-
you're talking about.
Yeah, and I watched How to Be a Latin Lover just because I have nothing to do, and I had a stream. I was like, holy crap, that was freaking funny. I enjoyed it way more than I expected to. So it's the same actor, and he was on it's the Apple TV Plus series Acapulco. So it's again, I can't remember his name, so you guys.
Eugenio Derbez.
Yes. So he's in The Valet, and it's I roped Angel into watching it. We watched the trailer, and she said, "Okay, I'll watch it with you." We started watching it, and I'm like, "Oh my god, this movie is freaking funny." The thing is, it's also again like Tokyo Vice. And a lot of it's in Spanish, so you're reading the subtitles, but it's totally worth it, especially as a Spanish speaker. I understood most of it without having to read it, so hearing it and then seeing the translation is freaking great. But it's super fun. It's very much.
You know what I love doing in movies like that is hearing what they're saying in Spanish and then
And seeing if it matches with the subtitles.
like seeing if it matches, because
Yeah,
a lot of times
100%.
it doesn't. And it's
100%.
like I've said that I've done it like where I'm watching a movie with Jackie and be like, "It's not what he said."
Yeah, this is really good about translating it the way it's meant in when you as a Spanish speaker for sure.
It's always funny when I catch stuff like that because it's always like, it's not what he said. What he said is way more offensive than what the translation says.
just as a frame point of reference, "Vete a la fregada" is the line that you'll remember from the movie.
Basically,
So
go fuck yourself.
Yeah. So it's really cool. It's the premise is basically like, and forgive me for forgetting the name of the movie, but the Jennifer Lopez and movie that just it streamed on, I think it's Paramount Plus, where basically she agrees to marry some other guy. Yeah, Marry Me. So it's kind of follows the same kind of premise, but in a different way, and I feel like more realistic way, and it's actually funny. I enjoyed Marry Me, but this movie for the comedic value I liked it a lot more. It was super good. I can't recommend it enough.
Nice. I'll have to check that one out.
For sure.
Oh, tons to watch right now as we're waiting for Obi-Wan on Friday and Stranger Things on Friday. So Obi-Wan, the first 2 episodes come out on Friday. Well, technically Thursday at midnight. Stranger Things, the first half of season 4 comes out on Friday as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to binge through all that. And then
Mm-hmm.
on May 30th, Fantastic Beasts Secrets of Dumbledore is going to be streaming.
Which again, I'm gonna watch. As much as I've heard bad things about it, I mean, again, kind of how I've been saying with Halo, I want to make my own opinion on it. You know what I mean?
It's definitely a lot better if you don't pay for it.
Yeah, exactly. It's on HBO Max. It'll be fun.
Yeah,
have a good time. And then June 10th. I mean, you got a lot to watch, so June 10th isn't that far away. June 10th, Amazon Prime, No Time to Die, the new James Bond movie is finally coming out.
Oh, that's a movie I'm a little upset that I didn't see in theaters.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing it on.
Double A was hyping that movie up like crazy. He said it's easily one of the best James Bond movies ever made.
There you go. That's a lot.
Oh, look, Chris Neal. He said, pencil me in for the Stranger Things review. So when we do the review, Chris Neal, we'll have you on for that.
Give him a holla. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do the whole first half or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then do the back half. So I think the 27th it comes out, and then July 1st the second half comes out.
Nice.
So that's not bad. That's not bad. And then let us know, if you have something we didn't touch that you recommend for streaming, let us know in the Distance Nerdington post on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Because I always need recommendations. Sometimes it's like too many choices. Like I just stare at the TV and be like, I don't know where to go. There's so many things. All the things are in front of me.
Well, you know what's something that we do have to get into?
What's that?
Ladies and gentlemen, we got merch, people.
We got the merch, people.
We got shirts. We got a new surprise coming pretty soon. We've got all kinds of stuff and goodies, stickers and all kinds of things, but we have shirts. Guys, if you want a shirt, let us know. Message us on your social media of choice. $20 if you're local to the Sacramento area, $25 if we got to ship it to you.
There you go. And that's not bad. Just DM us. Just let us know. Well, hey, this guy, look at he's rocking the shirt just like that. Boom.
I'm rocking the OG right now.
I don't have one, so
yeah, we don't make this one anymore. That's why
I was told
it's out of print. It's out of print.
I'm sorry, Cam Smith. I forgot to bring this one up. So there's another show that just came up called The G Word.
Oh yeah, what was that?
So it's with Adam Conover. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Everyone Hates Adam.
I think it's Adam Ruins Everything.
Adam Ruins Everything. That's what it is. Adam Ruins Everything. But basically, it's a show that's produced by Barack Obama, and it's about conspiracy theories and about the government, and it's almost like explaining things about the government.
Really?
For like people that don't understand things or don't know, if they
I feel
want
like
to know.
you're looking at me. Are you looking at me?
I'm always looking at you, Poppy.
I'm actually interested in watching this because again, I like these shows about conspiracy theories and things like that. So I'm interested in watching this, especially like just to see kind of what explanations that they do on some of this stuff, especially with Adam Conover. He's actually pretty funny. So
Where can I watch this?
It's on Netflix.
There you go.
It's on now.
Yeah, it's on now. It just
so watch that tonight too.
Mm-hmm.
No sleep till
Netflix. Dun, dun.
There you go. No sleep till Netflix.
Dun. Did you guys mention Christopher Neal's comment regarding Stranger Things episodes?
That he's binging them over the weekend?
No. That the Stranger Things episodes are supposed to be hella long. I think I read a post in a Nerdington post that they're movie-length episodes.
Episodes. Yeah. Cam actually just said that he posted the runtimes in Nerdington Post.
Okay.
Exactly. I think the finale is supposed to be like 2 hours long. Like the finale episode is supposed to be like 2 hours.
Basically, like watching. It's basically like watching 6 movies.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I think the total runtime is like over 13 hours in this season, I guess.
That's good.
And then next season is the last one.
That's bad.
You know what's bad? What's bad is if you don't have a shirt. We got shirts, people.
I was gonna say real quick. The Dufflers said because the reason that they're cutting it short, and I think we've talked about this before, but the reason they're cutting it, they're only doing what is it, 5 or 6 seasons?
5
seasons. The reason they're only doing 5 seasons is because they feel like usually when shows start going too long that you lose too much of what makes that show that show. And he was like, they don't want to do like filler and all that kind of stuff, but at the same time, this show is about kids growing up with all this stuff happening. These kids are going to age out, like most of them are turning 18 right now, so like they don't want the kids to like super age out of these roles, and they just want to end it before they become like adults trying to play kids.
Right.
I foresee this happening where in like 10 years they make another movie of Stranger Things where they're like fully adults and they just lean into the fact that they've aged.
Yeah, cool. That would be dope.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Mondays from 6 to 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're having our own Lego Con every Monday.
Every Monday. Now, guys, right now on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, every Monday from 6 to 8, except or the 6th. We're not doing an episode on June 6th. But
I can build something.
if you want to take over, man, by all means.
It's gonna be Duplo blocks, but I can build something.
That sounds
That's
fun. But I mean, from 6 to 8,
We wouldn't expect any more.
at the moment, I am building the 2022 Matt Reeves Batmobile. And it is a fun build so far. So I mean, like, you know, this is what we do, guys. I'm building the Batmobile. After the Batmobile is done, then I'm building Thor's hammer. So I mean, you know, we're getting in.
Meow meow.
Mew mew.
Do we
Mjolnir.
have an interview on Monday?
Actually, this Monday, we're bringing back on Dave Hayworth.
Ah, very nice. Very
And
nice.
Dave Hayworth is going to be coming on to talk about Silver Age Comic Con.
Okay, cool.
Perfect. Is he our first 3-time guest?
I think he is. Well, yeah, he would be the
3
first 3-time guest, because I was going to say
Drew.
see, Andrew Nelson has 2.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So Mondays, 6 to 8 p.m., Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, everything at Distance Nerding. I think you have the reminders up already. So
Yes.
go
So
get
guys,
those reminders.
you know, hit that reminder button. The streams are already up. And just hit that reminder button to remind you once we go live, then you know it is time to build and win prizes. Now, guys, I got to throw this out there, right?
600.
We hit 600 viewers, or I'm sorry, 600 follows. And
On
because of
Facebook.
that 600 follows, I
Facebook
gave
specifically.
away some prizes, right? Oh, they're back there. Now at 650, I'm giving
Woo.
away another
Woo.
prize. Okay. Let me grab it.
Yeah, you grab it. Go ahead, puppy.
Oh, do you want me to touch it? Okay.
You go ahead and grab it, puppy. Eh?
Okay, puppy.
Is this from the movie? I don't understand what's happening.
No, it's just a
Is it
bunch
from
of
the
weird
ballet?
Latinos. This right here is the kit that I'm giving away. It's a 170 piece kit. It is called Children's Amusement Park. But they have like mini figs, and this is like a good thing to, you know, maybe give to your kids, maybe build yourself, anything like that. But
Can I build that on the stream on June 6th?
sure, I'll send it down to you. But yeah, guys, come and help us get some viewers, and I will give prizes. Now,
Where are we at now, Phil?
Huh?
Where are we at now? Likewise.
we're at 607.
607. All right.
Okay.
43 more. Let's go.
Now, once we get to 700, because the 650, I'm giving this away. Once we get to 700, I still have that Ahsoka versus Darth Maul playset. And I'm planning on giving that away at 700, right? So, you know, we start pushing everything out, and I've got prizes for you guys. So, guys, help us get our viewership up, help us get our follows up and everything like that, and I will give you free stuff.
The numbers of the day are 43 and 93, respectively.
So Darren is saying we hit 780. No, so we hit 780 in the Nerdington post, but we're looking for 650 on our
This is Nerding
on
Podcast.
our Distance Nerding podcast on our Facebook page.
There you
So
go.
we're 43 away from that playset and 93 away from giving away that Ahsoka.
Exactly. Right.
All right,
So
let's go.
once we hit, and the Ahsoka one is is really cool because it comes with Ahsoka, it comes with Darth Maul, and there's like almost like a big throne room that it comes with that they fight inside of. So that's a Lego kit too, guys. So you know I'm going to be giving that away as well.
Is it possible to distance myself from this podcast so that I can win those?
You can win them, dude. Because when I when I put the post up, right, that says, you know, I'm in, you know, once we hit the numbers and you put I'm in, you're entered.
Oh, I was actually just kidding, but okay, I'm in.
Yeah.
So again, you know, you help us get our viewership up, and everybody that wants it has a chance to win. So
And all we're really doing is trying to spread the love. Like,
exactly.
it's
we want
so
to nerd
fun.
together, guys.
We
That's
want
what
to
wanna
nerd
do.
together. You know, we love people like Darren Chibi and Cam and Ray and, you know, Chris Neal, who we knew from before, but it gives us a chance to
love
all
me.
get together and
really
nerd
love
together. So good. Hey, if we get to like 1,200 followers on Instagram, Philippe, you should do like the stream naked or something. Like
Oh
build
no!
naked.
Here it
Wants to see
is,
that.
Philippe. If we get to 1,200, it's not just Bird's feet on the fans; it's your feet too. That way,
Oh, yeah.
nobody wins.
There
Oh
you go.
yeah. No, yeah. If we hit 1,200 on Instagram, then I'll start posting pictures of my feet too.
Yeah,
Oh,
perfect.
right.
See?
They're hairy
And
they
the
look like-
follows just decrease.
yeah, they're hairy and they look like hobbit feet, but it's okay. Very colossed, very a lot of
Abort. We're at 500 followers now. Abort.
we have athlete's foot going on there. But if you guys ever want to see what a mouse's foot look like, oh boy, look at my feet.
Look at my mouse toes.
Look at my toes. They look great.
Okay, Ray, where can we find you, sir?
You can find me on. You seriously? I've done this show enough times. I should expect that, but you got to warn me.
That was the warning. I literally just told you, and now you forgot.
Raider Ray, RAYDERRAY on Instagram, Twitter. I think you can reach me there on Facebook. If not, Ray DeLeon on Facebook. You'll catch me in the Distance Nerdington posts for sure. Posting nonsense.
No hablo inglés.
Repeat links that Cam Smith may or may not have already posted. Because I didn't pay attention. He beat me to it.
Welcome to my world.
I'm sure I'll be around more streams.
There you go.
I have a blast with you guys.
Awesome. All right. Have something you want to discuss? Tell us what you're nerding out on, and make sure to let us know in the Facebook group, the Distance Nerdington Post.
Now, guys, you can get us tacos. All you have to do to join the taco party is go to distancenerding.com and you can click on the buy us a taco button. And what does buying tacos do? Helps us get more stuff to give to you guys. It's almost like you're paying in to get free stuff back to you. I guess that's maybe how you pay into it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. All right. Either way, connect with us at Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok. I said Instagram already.
OnlyFans to get to see Bird's feet.
We only have pictures of Bird's feet. MySpace, Friendster,
MySpace,
GeoCities. I don't know. Black Planet,
Face
Latino Avenue.
Perfect.
All at Distance Nerding.
Gracias.
I'm gonna create a social media network called Toe Town, where everyone's default picture has to be their feet.
Oh God, oh man, you are gonna go down a rabbit hole that
I might be onto something. I mean, I just said that joking, but I might be on it. Toe Town might be the new social media platform that we all find ourselves on.
It really pisses me off to no end.
I love it.
You guys follow us everywhere.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Somebody say thanks and keep nerding together in Spanish.
Gracias y sigue nerdeando juntos. Esa!
Nerdeando. That's gonna be a thing now, bro.
Somebody needs to write that down.
Nerdeando. Oh my God.
I'm Mexican that up.
We just invented a new word in Spanish. That is amazing.
On the fly. That was 100% off the cuff.
Hola, vamos nerdeando ahorita, man. Vámonos, vamos nerdeando.
Oh, we're putting that on a shirt. We're so putting that on a shirt.
Nerdeando.
How do you say distance nerding in Spanish? Distance. How do you say far?
Nerdeando largo? I don't.
I'll have to look that one up.
Yeah.
Distancia nerdeando.
I like nerdeando juntos.
Nerdeando juntos.
I love it. I love it.
Gracias. Y siguen nerdeando juntos.
Hey, there it is.
That sounds like Sábado Gigante. All right, let's go.
Dude, that's what we're doing. We're going to do our own bootleg shirt.
I'm putting nerdeando on a shirt, 100%. If I do it myself, I got it.
Distance Nerding.
Front to back, side to side. Lean like a cholo. Lean like a cholo. Lean like a cholo.
Sigue nerdeando juntos.
Sigue nerdeando juntos.
So good.
Cada semana en Sábado Gigante.
Cada lunes y miércoles siguen nerdeando juntos.